Stand by for Rising Sun with Logan Chitwood. Coming next.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Rising Sun. Today's guest is a legendary YouTuber in the Star Wars community, also the owner of Theory Sabers. My man has been on the internet for over 10 years. He has like 10 different YouTube channels. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to have Star Wars Theory, aka Nia. My man, what's up?
What's up, dude? Thank you so much for having me on, man.
Man, it's an honor, man. I mean,
Likewise.
I didn't know that you had so many YouTube channels, dude. I mean, it's crazy. But your main one is Star Wars Theory. That's what everybody knows you from.
Yeah.
And you've been doing it for over 10 years now, right?
It'll be 9 years in July. But been a lifelong Star Wars fan since I was about 5 or 6 years old. So 95, 96.
95. Wow. And that's when you first started getting into it and everything. And
yeah,
you started watching Star Wars before anime, right?
No, you know what? The first thing I ever watched really was Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles. Yeah, I mean, that's what, we grew up on that.
Yeah, the cartoon.
Yeah, because that was that was out in the 80s.
Dude, yeah.
And then they were playing some reruns and in the 90s. So yeah, we grew up on that. I started watching Power Rangers before anything.
Me too.
Like Power Rangers and Captain Planet. I don't know if you ever remember watching that.
No.
Captain Planet, he was like a green or bluish guy, green hair. He saved the planet. They had like 5 planeteers is what they called. They had the rings that had the different powers like fire, water, wind. Old 90s show, man.
It's starting to ring up. Do you remember Earthworm Jim?
No.
No? Well, he was a worm. Maybe it's a Canadian thing.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, man. So that's really cool, man. So tell me about all your channels that you do right now, because there's so many. And how do you juggle between posting on all of those? Because I was like, man, this dude's been posting. He's posting every day almost on all of these different channels.
On one of them at least, yeah.
Yeah, because how do you juggle that?
You know what? I don't know. I just kind of, it's very free form. It's whatever I feel like doing. So if I feel like posting on Star Wars Theory, that's obviously the main one, so I'm going to put more time into that. But I didn't want to limit myself to just Star Wars. I felt, especially as 90s kids, we're so multidimensional. There's a lot to us where we started with kind of no internet. So we were really into, TV shows and movies. But then once the internet and gaming came in, then gaming was really prominent in our lives. So I love gaming. I have a gaming channel.
Yeah.
I love talking. So I have a talking channel. Harry Potter is run by my buddy Silas. And we started that channel years ago. And it's growing really good.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that one. If you ran it yourself, or do you like just co-own it, or what? Like, how does that work?
I co-own it. Yeah. So I started it with my friend Silas years ago. I think 2018 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I just kind of mentored him in how to grow the channel and what to make and thumbnails and this and that. And he's just taken it and grown
really
it
cool.
himself now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He's a huge
man.
Harry Potter fan, so for him it was like a no-brainer.
Yeah. You've really taken advantage of all of the YouTube space, and like how Mr. Beast does it, like with having multiple channels. And eventually I want to get to that point as well. It's just figuring out what to do. But yeah, that's just, I commend you on that, because it's just hard running 1 or 2 channels, and let alone 10 of them. So
yeah. Well, I think the way I approach it is I focus on the main one, which is Star Wars Theory. And then the times when I have free time, I'll focus on the other ones. And over time, obviously, it'll grow and build and create its own community.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to limit myself to just Star Wars, because there's so much stuff that I really enjoy in life, like gaming and Cobra Kai and Dragon Ball. And so I want to be able to talk about all those and make content around them as a content creator. So it was kind of a no-brainer to just kind of diversify and open up.
Absolutely.
But if I had a channel that talked about everything, I don't know if I would have so many channels,
Yeah.
It'd be like a one-stop shop.
Right. No, I think the way you're doing it is the smartest way to go. It just gives you an opportunity to reach other fan bases easier,
Yeah.
When you have that one niche, or you have all of your stuff on one channel, it doesn't really send your videos out to maybe like the audience that wants to watch it first. So, you know, when you had that one niche channel, they know what they're getting. They know what they're subscribing to. So I think that's the smartest way to go about it. So that's really cool.
I've debated because it's like then you don't get the massive subscriber base that you have, let's say with Star Wars Theory, when you post gaming or whatever. So it reaches a different audience, a smaller audience. But it's like you said, it's a niche audience, so it's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fine. Yeah.
So let's go back before you were doing YouTube. What like led into getting into it? What made you want to do it? Did you have any inspiration to get into it?
Believe it or not, I did not intend for the channel to be a career or anything like that. I just made a video one day and I forgot about it for 3 or 4 weeks and checked back and there were some notifications and I'm like, why? I had another channel at the time called Toos Training, which was all powerlifting. So I used to compete in powerlifting and strongman.
Oh, wow.
And I would just post my vlogs and training and competitions there. But it had maybe like 10 or 15,000 subs like over the course of like 4 or 5 years. It was just something I did as a hobby.
Yeah.
And so I made a video, a Star Wars video, and in 2016, and then I forgot. And then I checked back, and there were like a few hundred views, some comments, and I was like, "This is great." So I just kept going and
kept going with it.
Yeah.
And you post like more like news stuff from Star Wars, and also like different like what if theories and stuff like that. It reminds me of like Geekdom 101. He does like a Dragon Ball channel. You're like Danny. A Star Wars guru. You know everything about it. So
I don't. That's the thing. I don't actually know everything about Star
Wars.
But the first, there's a lot of EU stuff I do not know. I have not read a lot of those books. But the first 6 films, the Clone Wars, and then a bunch of select EU books, I am very, very knowledgeable in.
Yeah.
But to say I know everything, no, I definitely don't. There's a lot of guys out there that have read every single book. I haven't.
So you're not like super fan, like just into all of everything made about it. Because there's so much Star Wars stuff, and it kind of lost me.
I would say I know about everything, but the details of certain things with the EU, like obscure books that like made in the 90s, some of those I don't know. Some of them I do know. But I would say the first 6 films and everything about them and the behind the scenes and how they were made, I would say I haven't met someone to this date that knows them as well as I do.
Yeah.
So,
I think that,
a bold statement, but
the main that's the main Star Wars thing right there that you should know, and that's awesome. So, and you started making these videos, and when did you first start making the fan films, the fan shorts, I guess you would say?
Like these little new videos that I made?
Like your biggest one is the Vader episode 1 that you made.
So that
30 million views. Like that's insane.
That was.
What made you want to do that, and how did you avoid getting it copywritten?
Oh, it did.
It got copyrighted?
Yeah.
Okay, but they didn't pull it.
No, they so my agreement with Lucasfilm back in 2017 when I reached out to them, I said I want to do a fan film. It's going to cost me about $1 million. Can I crowdfund? Can I do anything to raise money for it? They said no. You have to do it on your own. And I was like, okay. Most people would have given up. I said, all right, you know what? Let's just do this.
Yeah.
And we're still making the second one. It'll be out in a few months. So I made the first one. And at the time, my agreement with them was to not monetize, not have ads run on it. So I did everything from scratch. We hired a composer, full team to film, production crew, direct, everything.
Yeah.
And we filmed that one in live action in LA. And when it came out, they copyrighted it because there was music that sounded like John Williams. Fair enough, there was.
Mm-hmm.
But then they were running ads on it and they were making money. And so people were kind of giving me flack, being like, you said this was a fan project. You weren't going to run ads on it. And I'm like, whoa, this wasn't me. This is Disney and Warner Chappell. Take a look at the claim. And so it was a huge thing on the internet. And they like just bombarded Disney and and Warner and on all their social media accounts.
Yeah.
It was front page on Reddit. And they really came to my aid. And so after a couple days, they released the claim. and no more ads were running on it, which was great. But as of a few months ago, they re-upped the claim and they're running ads on it now again.
No way.
So, yeah.
So it's monetized.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Well, congrats on that. And
no. They're taking the money.
Oh shit. Well, sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay, man.
Man, so they're making the money from it. I didn't.
Yeah.
I guess it's not like a revenue split. It's just I didn't know somebody could just take. So,
No.
Yeah. Well, I haven't ran into
split.
that problem yet. Thank goodness. Of that side of the copyright issue, I didn't know they could just start making money off your video that you posted. But I guess it makes sense. But
I've spoken to some lawyers and it's a bit of a gray area. But no, the rule was to no one makes money from it, and that was one of the things I told them. I'm like, you guys can make money from it if you want, and they're like, nope, no one's gonna make money. I'm like, okay,
yeah.
But yeah, there we go. That's fine as long as it's up there for the fans and the community and they can watch.
Yeah,
I don't care who gets the money. It wasn't made for me to make money. It was made for me to actually make a loss, which is so far I've paid about $500,000 for the first and second episode.
To do that, really?
The third episode will be another $500,000.
So you weren't just pulling clips from Star Wars films?
No.
No. Tell me about the process, because I didn't know if it was actually filmed or like you just pulled clips from like some of the Star Wars movies and how some people do.
Yeah.
They pull clips from movies and make it into like their own thing. So you didn't do that?
No. It's a fully from scratch. It's like if and I see a lot of fan films that are made and they're monetized, and I've seen some officials at Lucasfilm like promote it on Twitter, being like, "This is amazing." And
wow.
But I'm not very favored over there. They don't really like me very much. No.
But okay, before we get into that, tell me about the process of making the film, because I didn't know that, dude. You like pretty much made a film.
Yeah.
You had actors. Did you pay the actors and everything, and pay the crew and
that first one cost me about $200.
Wow, and it looks legit.
Yeah,
that's why I thought it was made from Star Wars people itself. You just pulled clips. That is crazy.
Yeah.
So
we had a script, full production crew. We were making the sets, everything.
That is impressive, man. Where did you film that at, and where did you get where do you go to get all of the costumes made and make everything look great?
We had a costume designer.
Where do you find that at, though?
We had listings. We had people I had a producer.
Yeah,
and he found everybody.
That's amazing. Because before that, you weren't doing any films, right? So
God, no.
How do you even learn about that? Did you contact somebody to help you out, or?
I definitely had help. There was a director that came in. He helped with it, and the producer that he brought on board. They really handled a lot of the making of the film, and I just oversaw everything and made sure it was to my liking. And then I paid. That was pretty much how it worked.
Yeah.
Kind of like George Lucas, but on like a minuscule ant scale. I suppose.
But you made it look amazing.
It turned out well, yeah.
Yeah.
There were still a lot of things that we're going to go back and redo the first one and make it all CGI and make it look like how I originally envisioned it, because you're limited by, at the time I didn't have as much money, and you're limited by the time you have on set, so I think CGI will be much better received.
And you've already filmed it?
No.
Okay.
No. So we're going to do all CGI. So the second one is CGI as well, but it looks
all
phenomenal.
CGI.
It looks amazing.
Yeah. Well, that's incredible, man. And that kind of gives me inspiration, because I love doing short films and stuff, and I would love to direct one and make it'd be amazing to make an original anime type short film, if that makes sense. And I just wouldn't know where to even start. So that's cool that you figured all that out very early in your YouTube career, because that was posted 6 years ago?
More than that. I think it was 2018. 2018.
Because that's just a few years after you started the channel, right?
Yeah, 2 years.
Yeah.
I just jump headfirst into things and figure it out.
I'm seeing it, man. That's awesome, and it's very motivating and inspiring. And
I think you should make a. Did you ever see? I think it was called Light of Hope.
Light of Hope, that Dragon Ball film. Yeah, I wish I was a part of that, man.
I would love for you to make something like that. I think you would be fantastic.
Yeah, I would love to, and I would love to make like a Baki version of that. You know, a live action Baki film would be awesome. And I think a lot of people would love to see it. They always ask me all the time, "Oh man, when is Netflix gonna get you on the the live action?" I'm like, "There's no live action yet." So it's like, "Oh, if they ever do one, you should be Yujiro." Absolutely, we'll get to that. But I would love to do one myself. It'd be very fun.
You absolutely should start just getting even test footage out so the studios can see and the fan reaction. Because today it's really heavily people care, like studios care about your following.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you'll bring numbers, you'll bring movie tickets, you'll bring sales. Yeah. So if you were to do some test footage or something, I mean, geez, that would be good.
Yeah. I mean, you never know what would happen, and that's the cool thing about YouTube now and all of this content creating and having a big following. You can really make your dreams come true. You just got to dive headfirst in it, like you said. So, I mean, the people talk and talk and talk. I want to do this, I want to do that, but it's not until you actually start doing it, start actually making an effort to make that dream a reality. I mean, that's when it's going to come to fruition. So, but tell me about your relationship with Star Wars. Do you know anyone? Have you ever met George Lucas or anybody in that franchise?
In the franchise, yeah. I mean, I've met the creator of the lightsaber, Roger Christian. Mm-hmm. A good buddy of mine is Nick Gillard, who did all of the stunt choreography and fighting for the prequel trilogy, who's going to be choreographing Episode 3 for the Vader fan film.
Well, that's cool. That's big.
Yeah, and I've interviewed a lot of Star Wars people behind the scenes. Some actors, like Sam Witwer, voice actors, James Arnold Taylor, who's a good friend of mine, Ashley Eckstein, people like that. But then a lot of writers as well, like Matthew Stover, who wrote the phenomenally made Revenge of the Sith novelization, which was fantastic.
Yeah,
and a few others. So Dennis Muren, who won an Oscar, and he was also worked on Indiana Jones. Yeah. So a lot of I like the guys behind the scenes quite a bit.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. And to actually get like the stunt director on there, the stunt actor, what is it? The stunt
Nick Gillard, the stunt choreographer.
Stunt choreographer.
Yeah, choreographer, yeah.
That's huge, man.
So, yeah, he's a cool guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is it like surreal to you, like getting to do what you've done so far in
Not
the Star
anymore.
Wars community? Yeah, but like back when it first started happening for you?
I mean, just having a channel back in the day, I was like, what is going on? I would wake up in the middle of the morning because I would sleep usually around like 5 or 6 a.m. But I would wake up sometimes and just check if my channel was still there.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this is surreal. And still there's a lot of surreal moments. Like, for example, when I go to conventions and there's a line, I'm unbelievably surprised and humbled.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. It's a very beautiful feeling. I can't show enough appreciation to the fandom, Star Wars fandom.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's amazing. And tell me about the conventions that you went to. When did you start going to those, and what was your first booth like, man?
So I first started going to those because my buddy Eric July, who started a very, very successful comic book company called Ripaverse, he invited me out to his booth. I think over about a year ago now at MegaCon in Orlando, and I had never really been to a convention like that. So
what year?
I didn't know what to expect. What's that?
What year is this that you're talking?
What are we? 2025? It would have been 2020 through 2024.
Oh wow! So you're new to conventions?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, 2024.
Okay, cool. Last year.
Yeah, last year. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
Insane.
So much has happened.
Yeah. You should have been in the conventions already, I would have thought. But go ahead. Tell me, like, your first experience in there, man.
Yeah, so he invited me out. I thought maybe, okay, cool. Like, I didn't know what to expect. I'm like 10, 20 people will come. It'll be sweet. We had the fire marshal wanting to shut us down because our line was wrapping around the entire convention and cutting off fire exits and other people's booths, and it was pissing people off. And
Whoa.
I was amazed. Yeah, I was like, it was the first time that I really got to do a convention experience and have a booth. Because I'd done Star Wars Celebration before that, and there was a great crowd for that. But to have a booth where I'm stationary and people come in, and it was I can't tell you after, it was about 7 years at that point that I'd been doing the channel. Just to be able to see people that have been supporting you for so many years and like putting a face to the usernames.
Yeah.
It's a really surreal experience, I have to say.
It's so
that
weird.
For me
It's so weird, and it's very humbling. And
yeah.
I know what you're dealing with, and it's hard to explain.
Yeah.
It's something that you would, like, if you would have told yourself back in 2016, like all of this would happen, wouldn't believe it. Dude, it's like, no, that's crazy.
No. I'm having like conversations with the guy who created the lightsaber back in 77.
Insane.
What? No way.
Insane. And talking about the lightsaber, man, let's talk about these theory sabers. When did you start coming out with these? What was that process like? Because I was thinking about it yesterday. If I wanted to bring a saber to life, where do I even start with that?
Yeah.
Like, that's insane that you've done that. So tell me about the process of getting into theory sabers.
So when I was a kid, at 6 years old, my parents put me into a computer school called WizZone. And I was learning different things, whether it was programming, HTML, learning how to type, or Photoshop.
Wow.
And at the age of 11, I really took to it. And at the age of 11, they actually hired me because I was quite proficient in a lot of the courses. I was teaching programming, and one of the courses I was teaching was Photoshop. And the main thing I would have my students do at the end of the course was to make themselves hold a lightsaber. Mm-hmm. And so that was a dream of mine, to always work for Lucasfilm and make VFX lightsabers in George's movies, because at the time George was still the owner. And so fast forward to my channel, and I started, once I did my face reveal 2.5 years in, I started to review collectibles. So whether it be master replicas, lightsabers, or other companies, which I guess you could now call them competitors, I would purchase from them and I would review their lightsabers, and I was like just astounded with the technology and how cool they were.
Yeah.
And I had quite a large collection. I had spent probably over 10 grand on other companies' stuff. And people loved the reviews. And then my subscribers started to say, you should start your own company. And for years I said no, because I don't know anything about that world. I don't know anything. I'm not a businessman. I don't know where I would start. And, it could also go horribly wrong, because how many times have we seen YouTubers create some product, slap their name on it, and make a buck, but then they get a horrible reputation because the product's shit. You have to have good customer service. You have to have a good product. There's so much that goes into it that people don't really know. And I didn't know where to begin. So I just put it off. And I had so many companies and manufacturers and other lightsaber companies reaching out to me to endorse their product, or full-on manufacturers saying, hey, we're going to put your name on this, essentially theory sabers.
Yeah.
And we're gonna run everything. You don't have to do anything, and we're gonna give you a big cut from every sale, and you promote it. And I said no to all that good money. Yeah. And I said no.
Why did you say no, if you don't mind me asking?
It's my own integrity, man. I knew these toys and collectibles are so sacred to me that I don't want to just make a buck. I was already doing good off YouTube.
Yeah.
Mind you, the money from sabers and having a company is much more than YouTube. So for me, it was definitely enticing, but it wasn't something I really wanted to do. I didn't want to put my name on something and not I'm very anal about stuff. I like to be, very on top of it and make sure it's done how I want.
Yeah.
And if I didn't have that control, it just didn't feel right.
Okay. Makes
sense. To peddle something to my audience. And so fast forward a few years, and I was still doing research behind the scenes. And then finally, I experimented with a few different companies. And the one I landed on the most, which I had the most control with and best communication with, was TXQ in China. And all these companies are from China.
Okay.
All these manufacturers.
Yeah.
So with them, we now have our own team. We have our own guys over there, and then I have my guys in Florida at our warehouse, and it just could not be a better business relationship where we create not only the best products for my community, for the fans, but we also do a lot of really cool stuff like replicas with Roger Christian or with Nick Gillard, things that I've never seen other companies do, perhaps because of the pull that I have in the community with the trust that I've built over the years or whatever. But it's been a real amazing experience over the last I started selling my first one, I would say, in 2021 or 2022, and that was a one-off. It was like one of 30, and we sold it on Instagram.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it went like that in half an hour. And a year later, we did another one, and that one did well. And then eventually people were saying, you should sell replicas. And I'm like, well, I don't really want to do the same old thing everyone does. So I have to really modify this and add a lot of value. So my buddy Jesse, his name is Kyberphonic online. He makes the best sound fonts I've ever come across. He's worked with Post Malone. He's worked with a lot of the big stars in the studio and mastered a lot of tracks. So he's created everything from scratch.
Okay.
And we put all of his sound fonts into our sabers, and we have different font packs. So there's a customization aspect there. And so for the user, it's a totally different experience. And then, of course, there's the customer support and all that where we care, because I've purchased from guys and then I've been like, okay, well, this broke. Can you fix it? And I'll get no response.
Yeah.
Or it'll be like 3 months later, I'll get a response and they'll be like, oh, we're just getting to this now. Like, you should do this and that. And I'm like, no. So I feel I've taken a lot of the lessons I've learned from being a customer myself and put it into my own product. And here we are. So
that's awesome, man.
I'm really happy with it, and
yeah,
I'm very excited for where it's going to go.
What was the first model that you came out with?
Oh, dude, it was like this oil slick looking thing. I have one of it. It's the only one I have left. It's an oil slick looking saber, and then we filed it down with with a lathe, and we weathered it, and then we put a leather wrap around it, and had this real rustic Old Republic look, and that was the first one we ever sold. We really sold 28 of them because me and my buddy Mark, we kept one each. Yeah, and so
those are super rare now.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, those were the first ones.
That's
awesome. Some people show up at conventions with them, and I'm like, holy shit,
that's cool. That's when you know, oh, okay, I'm doing something that's really changing people's lives, and actually, and making something for the fandom that everybody's always wanted. Because we've always gotten those toys and, Toys R Us, our sabers and, the plastic sabers and stuff like that. It's like, but these are like, if we were actually in the movie and using the actual handles and everything, these are legit, guys. These are the real deal. And if you are a huge Star Wars fan and you don't have one of these, what are you doing? Go to Theory Sabers and get you one. I mean, how many do you have now?
Me?
Like on the website, like right now to buy.
Oh, probably 160.
There's so many different options, and it's so cool. And the ones that I love is like the custom ones, the katana handle ones.
Yeah.
What gave you the idea to make that? And like, do you draw up like a concept art first?
So some of those, to be fully transparent, some of those are from TXQ. So they offer those to a lot of other companies.
Okay.
But what we do is those ones, the ones that aren't designed by me, those are like generic ones that my fans wanted me to offer as well, because we offer all of our exclusive stuff in there that nobody else does. So, but we also have a lot of stuff that we alter and we change with the existing models, which you'll see on the site too.
Yeah, they're so cool. And let me just get this out real quick and turn it on, and I want you to kind of show me like which buttons to press. I'm going to turn it on, okay?
That's a replica,
yeah.
It's a Dark Lord.
And you can move it around. You get realistic, real-time sounds.
Yeah.
I mean...
So,
when I kind of like do that, that's sick. So, show me something that I could do cool with it right now. Tell me something I could do.
So hold down that bottom button and then give it a hit with your other hand.
Hold down the button, like hold it down and then hit it.
Yeah. Ooh. That's if you want to clash. And then,
That's sick.
Yeah.
All right, what's another cool trick?
Hold the top button for 1 second
Okay.
and let go.
Okay.
Let go.
Holding the top button for 1 second, what should happen?
The music should start playing.
Nothing.
Huh. Okay, turn it off. Now do it.
Hold it for 1 second again?
Yeah.
1. There we go.
There you go.
That's sick.
So that's all custom
Will it play
music.
if I turn it on again?
Yep. That's all custom music made by Samuel Kim.
Okay. Oh, that's dope, dude.
It's a totally different
I didn't know about
experience.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's sick, dude.
It's
I love this.
yeah, different feeling now. And then to get it to stop.
How do I turn it off?
Yeah, 1 second and then
1 second.
or half a second.
Nothing.
Might be
Nothing.
holding it too long.
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
There we go. That's so sick, man. What's another? I know it's got tons
So
more.
turn it off
Okay.
and then hit the bottom button. And you just change the fonts.
So who's
No,
that?
hit the top one. So you can change it around.
That's
change
beautiful.
different colors. Yeah.
So, and then how many characters are in this?
So depending on which font pack, that one has 23 for the free font pack,
Okay.
which is all 23 exclusive custom sounds and one new song per font, so 23 songs as well. So it cost me $10,000 for each one of those, essentially, to have the rights to the songs and the fonts.
Whoa.
So
yeah, I was going to
essentially,
ask you about
yeah.
that, and
Yeah.
I'm going to turn this on. Yeah. And the thing that makes yours stand out amongst theirs, what would you say? Like just all the different options?
Well, I mean, one of the main things would be customer support, first of all. If we're just going to say that, if we're going to ignore everything else that we offer in there, it's the customer support that we reply to you the same day, if not the next day.
Yeah.
And you don't get that from a lot of other companies. We have 15 people on the team that are just there working all the time.
Yeah.
And some of them have become my best friends. Like we travel together, we go to conventions together, we hang out together. It's a fun time. So that alone, I think, is worth the price, because if anything goes wrong, or we have so many emails that are just questions about how do you do this, how do you do that, which everything is on the site, but that's what we're there to do, to answer those questions.
Yeah.
And to give, video responses or in-depth responses on how to do that, how to fix it, how to whatever you want to do, change the color.
Yeah.
So there's that. But beyond that, I mean, we have our exclusive fonts that we put in there that nobody else has access to from Kyberphonic. We have the exclusive music that nobody else has access to. I think a lot of people are using like copyright music or things like that. And I mean, I ain't going there, right? So
Yeah.
we have the collector's box, we have the sash, the stand, the plug. All of these are free that come with it, and a lot more in the box. Stickers. We have we're gonna have a loyalty program coming soon, and like I said, that customer service, that was one of the biggest headaches for me with other companies.
Yeah.
It was like, this is not working, or I would do something wrong with it, and I would be like, how do I fix this? I wouldn't even get a reply.
Yeah. Yeah. That's with a
So-
lot of companies,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
you'll never hear back from them.
No, that was
So-
that was one of the first things I really wanted to nail was that level of authenticity with your customer, that you're there for them. Like, they give you your money, you don't want to just be like, all right, thanks, see you later.
Yeah.
You there for you before, during, and after the sale. That's the most important thing.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. And you only sell these on your website, correct?
Yeah. Well, we actually have at the warehouse, you can set an appointment, walk in. We haven't set that up quite yet, but we're pretty much there. And then, of course, at conventions.
Yeah. Right. So do you mass produce these? Like, how does that work?
Yeah.
Or they're not like a made to order thing, right? They're like,
No, so these are mass produced. So
okay.
except for the replicas, like the limited editions that I sell, they're exclusive to me.
Yeah.
Those are my design. Those are my according to my liking, and they have a limited numbered plaque. So
Oh, wow.
those are limited, but these ones they're there pretty much forever. So we
Yeah.
order a bunch of them every month, and then hopefully we sell out, which we do, and then we'll order the next batch.
Yeah. At these conventions, I know you've met some of the actors. from Star Wars. Have they told you any feedback about the look of the sabers or anything like that?
Oh yeah, yeah, they love them. They think they're so legit. In fact, I believe the Ahsoka show used the same Anakin saber from TXQ.
Oh wow,
The same manufacturer I work with. Yeah,
really,
yeah.
very cool. So that's how you know how legit these are. I mean,
yeah,
that's insane. When are we gonna get a real saber? Like you actually make the saber, like
that cuts through everything. Oh,
like an actual laser beam type saber thing.
I don't think we're far off, man. I don't think we're far off, but I don't know if you'd want like people just running around with those. Could you imagine?
I mean, no.
No.
I mean, just make a one of one for you, so you know we're not worried about people having those in their hands.
Dude, I'd chop my hand off or something.
But if you ever got to that point and you could make that, would you be like, "Holy shit! Like, what's going on? Like, this is insane."
I don't think I would ever want the responsibility of creating something like that because you would just
you would, yeah, you would give somebody their absolute dream, but also
someone their
a psychopath, something to. You know, go on a mass killing spree with. But imagine that, dude. Like a crazy Star Wars fan just cutting through a crowd of people with an actual saber.
No, that would be like Homelander in that scene.
Theory Sabers is responsible for the killing of
like 1,000 people. Yeah, no, that's not the marketing I want.
No, sir. But that'd be crazy, man.
Yeah. We'll see.
So, going back to convention again, man. You sell these at the booth. How's the turnout? Like, do a lot of people buy them?
Oh yeah, it's crazy, man. It's insane. It's like I wanted to turn it into something that wasn't just like, oh, this influencer is making a product. Let's buy it. Let's consume. I wanted it to literally be, if you take my name away from it, the best thing on the market.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be extremely aggressive about that. So, I'm very happy with how it turned out and the stuff we're going to do with it going forwards.
Yeah. That's
but
amazing.
it's amazing at the booths, man. People come and they either grab a photo or they grab a hat or whatever and or they grab a saber, and it's always such a beautiful experience.
Yeah. Another question about Star Wars, man, and going to like George Lucas, what do you think he would think about your saber and your company? Would you even care to know? Like, are you a huge fan of him, or would you want to meet? Like, is that like a dream of yours to meet him and just show him all of this?
Yeah, George to me is like the most important.
Yeah,
I have two idols in my life. In I would say that I like George isn't Hollywood, but I would say like in that realm.
Yeah.
George Lucas and Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, legends.
So yeah. So two guys I would love to meet, and just that'd be a dream.
Yeah. And do you think he would approve?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's Disney now, so I don't think he really cares. But
yeah. Do you think he doesn't care about it anymore? Like he has no association with it?
I think he cares so much that he forces himself to be removed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to get to that point to where because that was his baby.
Yeah, well, I mean, in that interview, he called them the white slavers, man.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I didn't. Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, he had an interview with, it was Harry Rosen or something, and he's like, and the guy was talking about how he's like, you sold it. He's like, they were my babies. And he's like, and you sold them. He's like, yep, I sold them. I sold them to the white slavers. Ha, ha, ha. And
yeah. It's probably a bittersweet thing for sure.
It's probably just bitter. Like, I'm sure he regrets it a lot.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's never at the premieres. I've from friends who know him, I know that there's some projects he absolutely detests. He's just removed from it. He sold it and he moved on. And he said the way you think about it is that, when you break up with someone, you break up with them. You don't go drive by their house. You don't call them. You don't talk to them. You don't go see them. You just move on.
Yeah.
And I guess he's doing that. So.
What was his original plan for it? Just those 3 movies or
9?
9?
Yeah.
So that was like the original story from his mind. It wasn't like, how like their, Dragon Ball Super, Akira Toriyama really wasn't involved much with it. Is that how it was for him, or he was much involved with Star Wars for a while.
He did the first 6 films, and he had the idea to do a 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
And so when he sold it to Disney, he gave the treatments for these sequel trilogies to Kathleen Kennedy to take care of and make sure they happen. They didn't. So, yeah, but he had the idea to do all 9 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, what's your favorite movie from Star Wars?
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah? Why?
Yeah. It just really ties together everything. If you watch all of the 6 films, the third one is the one that really, it's the nougat in the cookie. It really brings together Anakin's full turn to the dark side, and you see each film is like one installment of like how much he is mistreated by the Jedi and how his mental issues and depression is really just not being taken care of, and how he's neglected. And the third one is just his final turn to that Darth Vader from all the Jedi neglecting him essentially and just like treating him like shit.
Yeah.
So it comes full circle, and then where you see him again in Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, when he takes the helmet off, he's redeemed. And it's
and that's kind of like the return of Anakin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi. It's Anakin. Yeah.
It's beautiful. I love when things kind of like make a full circle like that, and the character development is incredible. So,
well, it's nice the way he told that story, because it's like it shows that no matter what you've done wrong in your life, you can eventually disagree with your ways and you can change.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful story in that sense. And then there's Luke, who's like this whiny farm boy who doesn't understand much and just impatient and just bitching all the time.
Yeah.
And eventually he masters himself and his emotions, and you see him in the 6th film, and he comes in like a badass into Jabba's palace, and he's just a completely different guy.
Yeah.
And it shows you that you too can have that character progression in life.
Right.
No matter where you start.
Do you have a favorite character from Star Wars?
Yeah, probably this guy.
Wow. Obi-Wan?
Qui-Gon.
I don't know it. That
I know.
showed you right there. I don't know.
That was Obi-Wan's master.
Yeah.
So
why did I
he
think
was
that
cool,
was
man.
Obi-Wan?
He's like an old dude with a beard.
Yeah. But that was from what was that movie from the 98 movie? What is that?
99, yeah.
99, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
Episode 1.
last one that I saw. And I love
Really?
Darth Maul. Yes, that's like the last one I watched, man. I watched the first 3 and I watched that one, loved it, loved Darth Maul. And
give it a shot, dude. You might like it.
I need to go back to it.
Yeah.
Because I'm interested in it. I like the character of Darth Vader. I like Darth Maul. I like the character development within like all of them.
It's not for everyone.
Yeah.
You know?
There's some
I've met
parts
so
where
many
I'm
people.
like, it's kind of not my thing, but there's a lot of stuff that I do like about it.
Yeah. Well, that's totally fine. I get a lot of people being like, I don't like Star Wars, and I'm like, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Like,
Yeah.
you like what you like. You could like, I mean, what's something I don't like? I don't really know, actually. I'm kind of like neutral about everything.
Yeah.
And then the stuff I do like, I really enjoy.
For me, I compare it to like, okay, I don't really care for Naruto, and I won't really watch a lot of it, but I've seen a lot more Star Wars than like, let's say, Naruto.
Never seen Naruto.
Yeah, there's some things I can't get into. I can watch Star Wars, and I like some parts about it, but there is a lot of slow stuff that I don't really care for in there.
Yeah.
And but I do like the characters, and I think it's really cool. But I just never watched it beyond. What was that one called again? The 99 one?
The Phantom Menace?
Yeah, Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
So, and then they've came out with so many since then. And
dude, you gotta don't worry about those. You
yeah.
gotta watch Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that came out when?
05.
Okay. So I should watch it in what order if I'm starting?
So George said there's 2 ways to watch it. So he said if you watch 4, 5, and 6, you know all the spoilers by now, right?
Yeah.
Like Luke is Darth. Okay.
Right.
So 4, 5, and 6. If you watch that, then you're kind of going through it with the surprise that Darth Vader is Luke's father for the first time. But you already know this. So, but if you go through it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then you're going through it with kind of the story, and you're waiting for Luke to find out the truth that Darth Vader is his father. So it's a different experience, depending on how you want to show your son or whatever. But I would go the way a lot of people saw it: 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, because that's the ending of Star Wars, right? Is how he started it.
Yeah. Okay. So, but he wants you to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He says that's how you should watch it.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah.
Up to you.
And yeah, man. So, is there anybody from that franchise that you haven't met yet that you wanted to?
George.
Like actors. I mean, sorry. Mark Hamill.
Yeah, sure. I'd like to meet Mark.
Yeah.
I've kind of met all the ones I wanted to meet, like Hayden Christensen, Ian McDermott. I think Samuel Jackson. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, he'd be cool.
Yeah, Liam Neeson. That would be another good one.
Yeah.
Those would be neat. But besides that, no, not really. I mean, I spoke with Dave Prowse's son, who is Dave Prowse was the guy in the suit in Darth Vader for the 4, 5, 6. Big bodybuilder, powerlifter guy.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, no one really jumps to mind. I've met Billy D. Harrison Ford would be cool, I guess.
Yeah, Harrison Ford would be cool. Yeah.
I want to meet Chris Sabat.
Yeah, Chris Sabat.
Yeah,
voice of Vegeta.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Dude, he's awesome. I've met him 2 years ago at WeebCon, and that dude's awesome, man. He pulled me over. He's like, "Let's take some selfies." Like,
cool.
Yeah, he's dope, man.
Yeah, I want to meet him. I've never met any Dragon Ball voice actor. Linda would be fun.
Dude, Linda's awesome. Stephanie Nadolny is awesome. Brian Drummond, I don't know if you grew up watching the Ocean dub like me first, when it first started coming on Toonami. Remember the first time it was aired on Cartoon Network? It had a different dub, the Ocean dub. And you should know this because you're Canadian. It was the Canadian dub. They were...
I must have. It would have been early 90s then.
They made that in 96, but it was broadcast on U.S. television in 99.
We didn't have Toonami. We had YTV.
YTV? Okay. What part of Canada did you grow up in?
Vancouver.
Okay. That's where they filmed it or recorded it. So
in Vancouver?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Ocean Studios, I believe.
Huh.
Yeah. So all that first cast was Canadians. And that's one of my favorite dubs. You know, the over 9,000. It's over 9,000. Yeah. That first dub was the Canadian voice actors, Ocean dub.
Okay.
And that Vegeta's name is Brian Drummond.
Yeah.
And he was awesome. And I'm sure
guy.
you've probably watched that dub.
I'm sure I have. I just can't make the distinction right now with the names. But if you were show me the actual clips, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So let's get into Dragon Ball talk, man. When did you first start watching Dragon Ball?
I think I must have been like 5 or 6, around the same time as Star Wars.
5 or 6. Wow.
Yeah.
And that was early. That was way before me. I started watching when I was 10.
Yeah, I was watching Dragon Ball, the original one, in the early 90s. I can't remember much other than little Goku, and I remember the ending credits where he's running on the dragon.
Yeah. Well, how did you watch it? Like VHS or
on TV?
It was on TV.
It was on TV. Yeah.
Wow. They weren't broadcasting it here until like
I don't know when I was. It was sometime in the 90s because I remember being at my mom's house.
Yeah.
So that would have been probably 95 or 6, something like that. It was on YTV.
Yeah. And then you got into Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
And how big of a fan are you of Dragon Ball? Like,
dude,
did you watch it all? Did you start it? And this dude's got, you got a tattoo on your arm?
Yeah, I got Broly, Super Saiyan 4, Goku.
Oh, insane.
I got Frieza, and then I got Vegeta.
Is that Majin Vegeta?
Yep.
Yes, my favorite version of Vegeta. Dude, that's sick. I didn't know you had a Majin Vegeta.
Yeah, and then I got the Uzara right here.
Dude, What this
Yeah.
dude? You're okay. He's got it tatted all over his body. He's Star Wars Theory, but
Yeah.
you have a channel called Dragon Ball Theory.
I do. Yeah. Whenever I have time.
But it
I
looks
post
like
something.
you're more Dragon Ball Theory than anything, huh?
You know what? I don't know. I feel like with
That-
Dragon Ball, it has not strayed away from the origins.
Yeah,
Star Wars has.
yeah, yeah. So
It's unfortunate.
yeah,
Also, I feel weird about putting live action human faces on my body.
yeah, it'd be weird, huh?
Yeah, like I don't want to put like a picture of Mark Hamill on my I don't know.
Yeah, be strange.
Like a cartoon is different.
But you could put like Darth Vader. Are you like a big Darth Vader guy, or
Absolutely, yeah.
yeah? Do you have a Darth
Yeah,
Vader
that-
tat or no?
No, I was thinking of that.
I think that would look better than putting like an actual.
Yeah, I wanted to do a Darth Vader crossover with a samurai
yeah,
kind of thing.
that'd be sick.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't done it yet. Do you have any Star Wars tats?
Nope.
Wow. So yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Dragon Ball
Yeah.
is like in your soul, man.
They're both in my soul, but one I talk about every single day, and it like governs my entire life and it's my career.
Yeah.
And the other one, I don't really talk about as much, but I figured I want that on my body because
Yeah.
it just it's cool.
That's awesome, man. And yeah,
Yeah.
let's talk about it because Dragon Ball Z is my thing. And that's without Dragon Ball, I wouldn't be where I'm at. And that's serious right there because I took so much motivation as a child from those characters. I took it into baseball. I took it into anything that I did. And it's hard to explain, but I'm sure that you know where I'm coming from with that. Just the motivation of like not giving up, being ambitious, just trying to find the best within yourself comes from Dragon Ball Z, those characters. And
Believing in yourself.
yeah. And what did it do for you, man? Like when you first started watching it, like when did you realize like, okay, I love this show and I want to know everything about it.
The fact that you can push your limits with your belief. Just if you believe, if you want, you can train hard, you can push your limits. And the level you're at today in whatever you're doing in life is not the end.
Yeah.
If you want to get better, you can. And you mix that with Bruce Faulkner music and
Dude.
yeah, you know it.
Yes. Dude, I work out to that still.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to work out to that tonight.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And just the I'll put on some like Maja Vegeta clips.
Mm-hmm.
And oh man, I love Maja Vegeta so much because of the pride that he had.
Yeah.
And of course he's jacked and vascular.
Yeah.
He looks roided up, and that his physique was very motivating. But just his drive, just the real Prince came out, and I love all of the the quotes that he has in that saga, and just the speeches is what I'm getting at of Majin Vegeta. It's sick. I'll just put on some of those Majin Vegeta speeches. And that first time in the world tournament where he's like looking across from Goku and Supreme Kai, and he just blasted the stadium. I mean, all of that scene,
and that villainous look on his face.
It's just, I love it, man. I think that's one of the best characters in the show, and especially Vegeta in general. Just that character development, but Majin Vegeta's just incredible motivation, man. Just he had that drive.
You may take my mind and my body,
yeah,
but you'll never take my pride.
yeah, just it doesn't get better than that, man.
No,
So,
no. The fact that he allowed himself to be overtaken by Bobbity and still controlled himself, dude. Oh God.
And that's what I was also going to get at. Just that mindset right there. No matter how you're feeling that day, you shouldn't let whatever is bringing you down bring you down. Push through it, you know? And that's what he did.
Yeah.
Took it out of his mind. Bobbity's controlling him. He's being pretty much possessed, and he overrides it with his mind. And you could do that in real life with things, you know?
Yeah.
So I love that aspect about it.
Me too.
But what's your favorite saga in Dragon Ball Z?
Frieza.
Frieza saga? Mine too, I think. If I had to choose
Frieza,
one,
Cell.
yeah. I mean, you could choose all of them, but if you had to choose one, like
Frieza.
Yeah, just because that's when Goku first turned Super Saiyan. There's just so many epic moments in there.
Dude, when that happened, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It was, And the thing was with YTV, they would get you to a point, let's say like right before he turned Super Saiyan, and then summer would start, and then they would restart from the first episode.
Go back to
next
the Raditz
episode.
saga. Yep.
Yeah, dude. Oh, you know how many times I've watched Dragon Ball, like just repeating because they kept doing this shit.
Dude, they did it all the time here too. So I mean, we all went through it as kids.
Yeah.
We're ready for that next episode. Up back to episode 1.
And you got to wait like 5 months.
Until
you get back.
Because they were still dubbing it back then, and we had to wait on the dub to come out.
Yeah.
But man,
I started watching the Japanese the original, and I was like, whatever, I don't really know what they're saying, but figured out.
Yeah, but also that was like early internet days where when those old websites where you'd try to find what happens and stuff, and you would see like Super Saiyan 5 or Dragon Ball AF and
Super
stuff like
Saiyan
that.
9,
Yes. And we're like,
like
no way,
white
look
hair.
at this. I'd print
like,
print out pictures and stuff.
Yeah, dude, me too.
And draw
with like
them.
that slow ass printer.
Yeah, dude, it'd take forever.
Yeah.
All of that took forever, man.
I know.
Dial up
days.
internet.
Yeah,
Man, the kids won't know today, man. They won't know how awesome it felt to just print out a picture, download a song, all of it, man. So
put it on burn it on a CD, and then take your black marker out.
Yeah,
Summer Mix 1.
I had the Rock the Dragon theme song on one of my burn CDs. Dragon, Rock the Dragon.
Well, I would even play the songs from like rewinding the movie or something like that on freaking VHS, and then I would have a crappy microphone
Recorder?
and I would just record it either on a recorder or on the computer.
That's so crazy. I did the same kind of things.
Yeah.
If I heard a song on the radio, I would have my little recorder.
Yeah.
And I would record it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know if I would ever hear that song again because it was played on the radio. When are they going to play it again?
Exactly. I don't know how to find it.
Yeah.
Unless you had like LimeWire or something, but then you get
the LimeWire days were crazy.
Those are wild.
Yeah. Rest in peace to a lot of laptops.
I used to have a CD player. It was like this huge in my pocket. With the headphones, and I'd go like to my high school or whatever, and I'd just start doing pull-ups or push-ups or whatever, just listening to like Rocky music or Dragon Ball music.
Yeah.
With this giant thing just moving around.
Man, are you a collector of any like figures or anything like that of Dragon Ball or animes?
Yeah, I mean,
or even Star Wars.
Yeah, I have.
Because I'm a huge figure collector, and there he is. And you're a Super Saiyan 4 guy as well, just like me. That's probably. And I was going to ask you, what's your favorite Super Saiyan form?
4.
Yeah. Just the look of that is just sick.
Yeah, just the incorporation of the Uzaru and
yeah. I think it just
so
made sense, and I wish.
What'd you think of him in Daima?
I like that they brought it back, but I wish the hair was just black.
Yeah, what the hell?
Why are we doing red hair? I don't get that.
Me neither.
I don't know if I mind the big monkey forearms because it kind of makes sense in a Uzaru-ish way. I'm not mad about it. Mm-hmm. If anything, I think it's one of the sickest power-up scenes ever in Dragon Ball.
The Japanese one.
Yes, the Japanese. Yeah. Did you watch the dub?
I watched both, but I watched the Japanese.
Let's talk about it, man. Because all right, Sean Chimwell, the GOAT, love him. How do you think he did with that scene?
In that scene?
In that scene.
I don't think he lived up to his name.
No, and I agree.
Yeah, but I think that comes down to the sound studio. I think they messed up big time.
Yeah, I don't know if it's much on his part, but they should have overlaid it or something. It just wasn't as powerful as the scene looked.
It was not nearly. What they did with the Japanese dub was amazing. I think they overlaid a bunch of it and made it
echoey.
Yeah, but they didn't do that with his, so it just sounded flat and like it wasn't going through, time and space.
Yeah. Yeah, it just it didn't live up to what I thought it would be, because I thought it would be like, and you remember Fusion Reborn when he transformed into Super
Yes.
Saiyan 3, that scream?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's like prime Sean Schimmel right there.
But that's all studio stuff. Like they
They
can make
could
it.
still do it now. Yeah, it's nothing on
They
his
could.
part. Yeah.
No, yeah, they could. But I don't know why. I don't know why they didn't.
But I mean, he had a Kamehameha blast in that next episode as Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and that sounded really good.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was good.
But if I had to choose, I mean, the Japanese one sounded awesome.
Dude, it killed.
It was giving me chills. I was like,
I was rewatching that like back and forth. I was just like, this is crazy.
They finally gave him muscles again. He rips the shirt off. It's like, dude, okay, this is Dragon Ball Z. You know?
Finally.
Yeah. Like,
Finally.
okay, going to Dragon Ball Super, man. I haven't really talked to you much about Dragon Ball, and I love that you're so into Dragon Ball, just like me.
Yeah.
When Dragon Ball Super came out, what the hell is that? What do you think about it? Are you a Super guy or?
I'm a Z guy.
Yeah. Well, you're just like me. That's what we grew up on. That's what it should look like. And GT though.
Super, I'm happy that we got something.
Yeah.
I liked the World Tournament at the end. Sorry, not the World Tournament. The What was it called?
The Universal Survival Arc.
Yeah, that whole thing.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Yeah.
But besides that, I don't really remember much else about Super.
Well, we had Goku Black.
I've read the manga.
Goku Black Saga.
Yeah.
Which had potential, ended weird, but I like Jiren, like that character.
Yeah.
And I liked Ultra Instinct.
Yeah.
Very cool. And the animation kind of got better during some episodes in that arc. But Dragon Ball Super as a whole, man, I don't know. Can't do it.
Did you read the manga? Are you caught up?
I've seen like pictures and stuff. I like the Moro arc, Granola arc.
I've read the whole thing. Yeah. Moro, Gas, Granola. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like it?
I've read all of it. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. It gets better, huh?
It was, dude, the way Vegeta starts training, he starts becoming like super. Dude, he goes and trains with the Yard Rats.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I mean, that's pretty smart on his end. And I like that they brought the Yard Rats back. And
yeah.
And I think that's why so many people are mad about why Dragon Ball Super isn't continuing, because it's like, okay, it finally got good. It finally kind of brought Dragon Ball back with those.
Yeah.
I mean, Moro looks awesome.
Yeah.
I don't mind Granola. He looks cool. Gas was awesome. But
Moro looked cool.
Moro
but
was
Black
a cool
Frieza showing up. The main thing for me was showing Vegeta training with Beerus.
Yeah.
And learning that Ultra Ego form and then assuming that form was like, holy shit.
And it was perfect for him.
Yeah.
You know, he's all about ego. Ultra ego makes sense. I like his purple aura because his Gallic gun was purple in the original like fight between him and Goku. It just made sense. And
and when he he goes beyond Super Saiyan God in his fight with Toppo, I think it was, and he goes like this almost not purple but like deep blue, and you can tell something's changing.
Yeah.
So I like how they incorporated that. And now purple. It's like
did you ever like that Super Saiyan God blue look?
It's okay.
Yeah. I wasn't a big fan of it.
I don't know about the blue hair.
Yeah.
I think
I don't know.
like yellow was dope.
Yellow's awesome.
You know, white's cool.
White's awesome. Blue's just goofy to me.
There was a moment, excuse me, there was a moment where when Vegeta was transforming into, I think, Super Saiyan God against Broly in the movie.
Oh, that was beautiful.
He turns green for a second.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was really cool, huh?
Yeah.
I think that's out of all those Dragon Ball Super movies, the Broly one was the best. It felt
I liked it. Yeah.
more like Dragon Ball Z.
Felt like Dragon Ball Z, yeah.
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 So I liked it a lot, man. How was your emotions after the death of Akira Toriyama?
Oh, dude, I cried.
Same. And it's
I
like
cried on and off camera.
never ever have cried over anybody's death or any celebrity's death.
No.
But why him? You know?
He just seemed like a very pure person, you know?
Well,
Someone who's very selfless.
Yeah. Well, he brought us characters that, you know, have
Changed our lives.
Yeah, it did. And motivated us, inspired us. And like, it's just like childhood. Like somebody from your childhood died. Or
Yeah.
the show died, I felt like, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's
These
like,
characters.
oh man, well, now we're not going to get original stuff anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, man, it just hurt.
It did, and he always stuck with the fans and stuck with the characters and his story, and he just seemed like a very happy, selfless guy.
Yeah.
And dude, the amount of inspiration his characters and his stories gave me is saved my life.
Absolutely. Same, man.
So many of us.
Same. And I wish
Yeah.
he would have been seen more in like interviews or panels or stuff like that. He's a very private guy.
Yeah. I respect that about him.
Yeah.
To stay away from that, it's important.
Yeah. He knew, man.
Yeah, he knew all the bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's very sad. And one thing that I respect about you, you're not afraid to cry on camera. I've seen some of your videos where you're talking about some of the Star Wars stuff and you're crying about it. And I mean hey man, that just shows your passion for it, you know?
Yeah. I wish I could say it's on demand because there'd be a lot of times where I then would hold back. But no, yeah, it's what you see is what you get with me.
Yeah, that's good. You're genuine. You're not fake on camera.
No.
And I'm sure
I
you're the
can't do
same in
fake
person.
people.
I'm sure you're the same guy in person that we see here on TV.
That's
So,
what I hear.
Yeah. Was there ever a time that you met somebody that you've been watching on YouTube for years? You finally met them and they just weren't like you thought they would be in person? Like the vibes were just off?
Yeah. I met a few, and they're always a little bit different off camera than on. And in particular with Bradley Martin, my experience with him was
Oh, you
maybe
met
he was
Bradley?
just having a. Yeah, I met Bradley. I went to Zoo Culture back in 2018 when I was filming Vader Episode 1. And, benefit of the doubt, maybe he was having a bad day or something, but still. I went to his gym and signed up, and then I saw him in the corner. I'm like, holy shit, that's him.
Yeah.
And he was on his phone, so I didn't want to interrupt him. I didn't want to, go into his bubble or anything. So I stood off to the side, and I waited for maybe like 4 or 5 minutes for him to finish what he was doing. And I'm like, okay, well, I know this dude for sure sees me just standing here, like, waiting around. And without looking up on his phone, he's just still texting away, and he's like, not today, man. I don't have time. And I'm just like...
Did you even get a word out?
No, I didn't say anything.
You just went up to him?
I was just standing there in the corner, like, waiting for him to, like, kind of finish. Maybe, I don't know what, like, 9 feet away from him or something.
Whoa.
And I didn't want to get into space, and I understand everyone has their own space. Maybe he's doing something. He's in the middle of something, possibly, which he probably was. But, a simple, hey, how's it going? Welcome to the gym. How you doing? And be like, oh, dude, I'm a fan. I'm watching you for many years. Like, this is a great gym. I'm excited to work out. Be like, yeah, hey, you know what? I got in the middle of something right now, but you have a great workout, and if you're still here when I'm done, I would love to say hi one more time.
Yeah.
But you have a good workout. That's it. You're just like, not today. I don't have the time. And then he looks up and he's like, but I'm going to be in the gym, though. I'm like, I'm like, okay. All right.
You should have been like, I was just going to ask you where the bathroom is.
Yeah, literally. Like, aren't you the janitor? Like, but it's like, if you have your own gym, that's like your own. It's like your own booth at a convention where
Right.
fans are going to come and approach you. So if
business.
you're there, it's a business, but also you have to realize that you are here only because of the fans. You're here only because of the people who have purchased your membership, or in my case, purchased my sabers or watched my videos, whatever. But he was just rubbing me the wrong way, and I'm like, you don't talk to a fan like that. No matter how busy you are, if you are at your place where fans can reach you, come to you, and you're hoping for that business, you give them that minute, You don't know what their story is, how far they came, how far they traveled to see you. You give them that 2 seconds and be like, hey, how's it going? Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. That's money in your pocket. I'm supporting you and your business because of how you conduct yourself in videos. And if you're going to be a different person off camera for whatever's going on, look, we're all busy. You're busy. I got shit. I got a lot of stuff to do. I always take time out of my day if someone asks. I walked into GameStop the other day because I wanted to get a Switch 2. And the guy was like, "Are you Star Wars Theory?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Can we take a photo?" And he gets his photo out. Absolutely. But if I'm going to be like, "Not today, pal,"
not today,
I just
man.
walk out.
Yeah.
Like, get fucked, dude.
Yeah.
Who do you think you are? Like, seriously.
I agree.
Like, be down to earth, be
Yeah.
normal, be humble.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're here because the fans have brought you here. And I was a fan. And after that, I stopped watching his content. If you're completely different off camera than you are on camera, benefit of the doubt, maybe he was having a real bad emergency. But then he was working out in the gym and he was just staring at me.
Yeah, but he stayed there and stared at you?
Dude, he was just fucking. I'm like, should I go up to you? Like, do I have to come up to you now? Like, and then he's just like fucking looked like he was death glaring me the whole time. I'm like, bitch, I just paid $40 to be here. Like, why are you doing this?
This is something that nobody's known from your fandom, man. The Bradley Martin theory, the series Theory Sabers beef.
That
right
was
there,
before
man.
I showed my face, so that was like, 2018 or whatever.
Maybe you got a bet. Yeah, well, you weren't making sabers yet, right? I was gonna say
I wasn't making sabers. I was gonna say
you got a bad saber.
Maybe it's possible, but no. But then Raw hit me up like a year or two after that or something. They're like, "Hey, we'd love to send you stuff and have you be an athlete or whatever." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like
Trolling you,
dick.
man.
Yeah, like this is the weirdest. Like, what are we doing here,
Dude? It's weird.
So
your thoughts on him before and then after meeting him?
Yeah, my thoughts on him before were that, like, oh, he seems like a real personable guy, real down to earth. He's a serious guy. He's smart, intelligent, and cares about his audience and his fans, and just like a chill dude, someone who's not fake.
Yeah.
And then I met him, and in that one interaction, that was my only interaction with him. You don't treat a fan like that. You give them the time.
Yeah.
That respect, that 30 seconds even. But to be there, like to be like, not today, I got no time. It's like, man, fuck you. How many times I've stopped what I'm doing to say hi to someone, a fan who supported me, whether by watching and I'm literally paying this guy. Like, I paid to come to his gym.
Yeah.
Like,
Get
over
that is
yourself.
weird.
Pal. And I've seen this from so many other people that he's like that too. And I'm like, whatever. After that, I was like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm going to let my membership run out, and that's
You're
it.
doing Misfits boxing, maybe, so maybe they could put you against
They reached
Bradley
out.
Martin.
Well, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
That would be that.
And you're savage, and you'd go for it, right?
I'd go for it.
Yeah.
I'd go for it. Even if he won, I would take a chunk out of him for sure.
Bradley Martin versus Star Wars Theory. Guys, let's make this happen.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, sure. What is he, 260? He's got like 60 pounds on me.
He's 260.
And what,
bro.
like 6 inches? Yeah.
Oh, he'd fuck you up, man. 260.
I don't know, man. I'm a bit of a ruthless guy, but it's possible. Yeah. I mean, my coach is 240, and I can take a good crack on the chin from him. So
yeah, I think you'd take it.
He's a real boxer.
Yeah.
You know what? It would be entertaining, and if the bag is right, maybe.
Yep.
Sure. Why not?
Oh yeah. Did he get beat by Logan Paul though? Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but Logan's a fucking beast.
Yeah.
That guy is he's a real.
We said he gassed out though. Bradley gassed out.
Yeah.
He said.
Well, yeah. I mean, 260, right?
Yeah. So maybe he gassed out against you.
I'd have to play the inside game because he's tall. So
Yeah, you got to get inside.
yeah, I'd have to watch Rocky IV a bunch of times before the fight.
Yeah. I bet you got
Let's see
Rocky IV memorized though in your mind.
100%. Yeah. I'd just roll up there and be listening to No Easy Way Out
Yep.
by Robert Tepper.
I must crush you.
Yeah. He dies, he dies.
He dies, he dies.
But yeah, no, that's probably
Never
one
ran
of my
into him or talked to him
encounters.
again?
No.
Yeah. Nah.
No.
He's like, fuck that guy.
No, fuck that guy.
Yeah, but
you know, you learn a lot about someone by how they treat their fans.
exactly.
You really do.
Exactly.
How they treat animals, how they treat their fans. If you travel with someone or you live with someone, like these are all different ways that you can get to really know the true somebody.
Yeah.
And all it takes is one time for me to see how you really are to write you off.
Yeah. Exactly. And especially, I don't know if you've done many. Do you ever do collabs with people, that other creators that you've met or anything?
No.
Okay, let's say
I'm
you
a pretty
did.
solo guy.
Let's say you did, and you did this collab. Okay, you've done these videos, and then you just never hear from them again, or they never like support your content anymore, or even though you're liking their stuff. Or,
yeah, they just use you. You have done a
just-
few, and they just use you as a business transaction, and that's what it is. And then
and I've experienced some of that, and I'm like, man, it's just I don't understand why it's like that. It's like, dude, we're all, like you said, we're all doing this together. We're all doing the same kind of stuff, content creating.
Yeah.
It's entertainment. It doesn't make you up here to a person that's not doing it down here, or even the same content creator. Even if, okay, let's say you have way more followers than me, and you're just like, dude, I'm not going to do this podcast. It's like,
dude, I'm going on someone's podcast next week. I think they have like 200 subscribers.
yeah.
I don't care. If you're a nice person, you're a nice person. I don't give a shit about followers, and that's coming from someone who has like a few.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care if you got money or don't have money. I judge you on who you are as a person and how you treat other people.
That's good, man.
At the end of the day, that's all we are.
Yeah.
I don't give a crap about this Hollywood shit.
Yeah. And you've been in it long enough that, I mean,
I've been in it longer than most people.
yeah. And you've seen YouTube change, man. Like, how was it at the beginning? Like, even with like revenue and all that, like, has it been like swings and stuff, or like where there was good moments? Because I don't get to talk to a lot of YouTubers about this. I don't.
Yeah.
How has YouTube changed with like click through rate, watch time, but like what matters the most for you on your channel?
I mean, that's a loaded question, because with Star Wars, it's even more tumultuous. It's all over the place. So the interest with Star Wars back then was lore content, fan fictions, things that I'm really interested about.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's more so about news, how badly something did. It's no longer about, and that's the state of Star Wars. That's what Disney has done.
Yeah.
It's if it was as exciting as it used to be, people would love to talk about lore. I'll upload a lore video today. It'll maybe get 20 or 30,000 views at best. Whereas back in the day, it would get 200, 300,000 views.
Yeah.
But I'll drop a video about how this new project is not doing well, or how I feel about this new project, let's say Andor or something. It'll get 200,000 views. So the viewership is still there, but it depends on what you now post. It's no longer about Star Wars in terms of the in-universe stuff. It's more the production side of things.
Yeah.
How this is flopping, how much this cost. Is Kathleen Kennedy leaving? What did she just say? What did this Lucasfilm employee say? It's stuff like that now. It's very unfortunate to see, but at the same time, I do, of course, have my my thoughts on those topics as well. So I noticed that, from all the content that I make and put out there, what really resonates with the majority of people is shit like that.
Yeah. So you've had to constantly change your style or
No, I don't change the style. I still upload the same kind of stuff, but I noticed that the lore videos don't do nearly as well because the interest is not there.
Yeah.
And you see it in the comments. People are like, I've checked out. I don't care about Star Wars anymore. But if you talk about how, the news aspect of it, that's interesting to people.
And they want
change.
They want you to talk bad about the show, or like hear like some drama about it, or
Drama always does well.
Yeah.
So that's for sure. But at the end of the day, I don't really care what people want me to make. I kind of just speak my mind on, what I'm feeling in the moment is the best for Star Wars and to talk about.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm a George Lucas purist, so I'm all about George and what his message was and his Star Wars. So if something deviates from that, that's why there's a lot of controversy around me. It's because I feel like it's not really George Lucas Star Wars, a lot of this stuff. It's Disney Star Wars, and it's totally different.
Yeah. Was there ever like a year that did like really bad, and like was there a time where Star Wars wasn't really talked about much and it kind of hurt your channel? Now?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
2023 was pretty bad. And it just, you notice the graph, it just goes down.
Yeah.
In terms of, not in terms of views, but in terms of the same kind of content that used to do really well.
Just doesn't do well anymore.
you get maybe 10% of the views.
Yeah, and I've experienced that too with some of my stuff. I'm like, dude, and it's like it'll confuse you because you're like, this is the same kind of stuff I've always been posting that people love, and then all of a sudden just doesn't work anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So
different generation too.
yeah, and you got to keep on adapting with it and stuff, and
You have to adapt,
yeah,
otherwise you drown.
yeah, and that's where a lot of YouTube channels die because they just they don't adapt to the new what people want now. So
yeah, but like I said, I'm happy with all the stuff I do outside of the channel. So the fan film, theory sabers, and making my own. I'm writing my own story, my own comic book that I want to develop and publish as well. So I'm happy to do stuff outside of the channel on that front. New merch designs, things like that. I'm enjoying that side more than making videos.
yeah,
Making the everyday videos. I'd rather make like one giant project of a movie and drop that, which would take like years to make, than these like random news videos every other day. But they are fun to talk about. They take like 10 minutes, so
that's cool.
It's no big deal.
Yeah,
yeah.
Are you on any kind of streaming platform? Twitch, Kick?
I'm on Twitch, but I don't really stream there much.
Okay.
I just dual stream whenever I go on my Theory Talks channel.
Okay, you do that, and you pull some of those clips and post it as a post, or no?
Nah.
No. So you just get in your room right there, you find some news, and you talk about it, put it on a screen.
Yeah, I'll record it and then I'll send it to my editors. After 4 years of, my first 4 years, I edited everything myself, and then now I've got editors, obviously.
Okay.
So I send it to them, and then it's ready to go.
Do you have multiple guys?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
How many do you have?
So if we're looking at Star Wars Theory, and everything around there, I would say I probably have 3 editors.
Yeah.
That are on pretty much full time. And then I have Theory Sabers. We have maybe 15 to 20 people all around the world, mainly in the US and in Europe. And then, of course, we got our in China with TXQ. And then the fan film stuff, probably like 20 people plus.
Wow.
So, yeah, I have a very high running cost every month.
Yeah. I'm sure. But it takes that. It takes a lot of editors because it's hard enough I just have Alec and I got another guy, and it's hard to just kind of produce stuff, consistently, long form style that way. And I'm more shorts guy, so those are a little bit easier to push out quicker and do that. But
yeah, but your stuff is like, you're like filming like actual like little movies.
yeah.
Like, whereas for me, like if I'm, besides the actual movie I'm making, I just sit in front of a camera, talk about a news topic or an article or a piece of lore content that I enjoy, and then that's it.
Yeah.
So for you, it's a little more extensive, I feel like.
Yeah, it is.
A little more difficult.
Yeah, it is. It's more difficult to stay consistent with dropping a new video every other day or every day, and think of new ideas, for like a skit. So,
I don't know I think you might have done this, but there's this dude, I think he's in like South America. He looks like Morpheus. If you've seen him or not.
Oh,
but
yeah,
anyways,
I've seen that. I've seen that
Yeah.
guy. Yeah, walking around getting reactions.
Yeah, dude, yeah. If you just, I don't know, if you walk around as Yujiro and...
We've done that, yeah.
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 Just in a mall or something, I don't know.
Yeah, we've done that in like Times Square and stuff. And
Yeah, I've seen that one.
yeah, so those are fun. I want to do it in Japan, though, and get those reactions. I think it'll go crazy. So I know it'll go crazy.
And you got to do the full vlog. I think that'd be fun
Yeah.
for YouTube.
Yeah, those are fun. What was the first video you saw of me? Because I forgot, like, when you followed me last year. And
More than that.
Was it more than that? Okay, well, you
think so,
reached out
yeah.
to me last year. You messaged me last year.
Yeah, I reached
around
out to you last year. I'd been
April.
watching you for years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't remember. I think it must have been like a Patrick Bateman.
Oh, really?
Something like that, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. I think that's probably years ago.
So you're an American Psycho fan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to have an American Psycho Theory channel next, or what?
I'd love to. Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be awesome, man.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
love that movie.
did
It's
you?
hilarious.
I didn't know if you were a Baki fan, or I know you're a Dragon Ball Z fan now, but
I haven't finished Baki. I've watched, I think, the first 10 episodes like a year and a half ago.
Okay, but you know who Yujiro is and
Yeah.
know that character. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I know who Baki is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude's badass. I love it.
Yeah. It's very
But
cool.
I'd probably have to rewatch the whole thing because I don't remember that much.
You got to start with Baki the Grappler, the original anime back in the
okay.
early 2000s, and then all the Netflix version will make sense because that's like that picks up in the middle. That should be like third or fourth season in the manga. So it's like it starts when Baki's already older. So Baki the Grappler, you see Baki early age, you see his mom. We get introduced to Yujiro and how terrifying he is and how OP he is. All the characters get introduced in Baki the Grappler. It's only 48 episodes. It's old school style anime. I think you'd love it.
Yeah.
And give it a chance. It's on YouTube. You can find it. It's just type in Baki the Grappler and all the seasons are on there. So it's like two seasons.
Let me ask you something. How did you get started in everything you're doing?
Well, I always liked making little skits, even from back in high school. I was filming, on those old little camcorders that were, you had to put into the VHS and play it. Yeah. So we would do those in high school, little skits and stuff. I put out like some videos on YouTube way back in 2006. Levitation videos. I was really big into magic. And, but in the meantime, my main goal was baseball. I was a baseball player all the way from when I was 5 years old till I was 23 years old. So went to college for it and got drafted by the Oakland Athletics in 2010. Played 3 years professional baseball. After that, I got into acting and modeling. And I did that in Dallas for about 5-6 years. Later got out of it, but still was doing it here and there, but it just didn't pay well enough to just continue. And it was so like here and there, especially in Dallas. But, in the meantime, man, always in the back of my head, I always wanted to do content. I always wanted to be like a Bradley Martin, like a Callan Von Moger, Rich Piana, Cali Muscle. I loved that.
Oh my God.
I loved that year of YouTube, those years. And I was like, man, I want to do this. I want to do what, Callan Von Moger's doing.
Yeah.
And I started doing like, gym pictures and stuff and gym workout videos, but it's like the content sucked. It would never go anywhere. And this is back when, your early stages, you don't really know how content works. But the gym stuff never really took off like I wanted it to. I started making skits here and there in like 2018, 2019. But I didn't do it. I'd make maybe 1 or 2 skits a year with my buddy Dell. It got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna. I started watching Baki, and I saw Yujiro, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna cosplay as this character, take some pictures, post it, see what happens. Took a few pictures dressed as Yujiro, posted them on Instagram, and it blew up. For me, blew up. Got like 3,000 likes. This is back when I was happy to get 150 likes on a picture.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, people like this. So I started posting more Yujiro pics. Yeah. Each one got more and more likes, more followers came in. And I did that for a couple of years, like just recreating like manga panels as dressed as Yujiro. And gained like 60,000 followers from that. And it wasn't until like 2022, I was like really like, I was coaching baseball at the time. I went back to baseball, coached baseball, did pitching lessons for kids ages 8 to 18. Coached a few select ball teams, like summer teams, spring, fall. And it just really was not what I wanted to do. And I really wanted to really be a YouTuber, content creator, entertainment. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to I was seeing all these kids flexing and not doing shit and getting like millions of views. And I was like, you know what, man, I've tried so hard to get views. I'm going to do what these people are doing, but dressed as Yujiro.
Yeah.
So I started doing that and putting it out there. and it started taking off. I looked just like you. Woke up one day, the next day, thousands of notifications on this Yujiro. Like it was panning up. I was as Yujiro, and I just started flexing. That's it. To a trending song. Yeah. This was on TikTok, and it just took off. And I was like, okay, maybe we're getting somewhere. Started doing more of that. Started seeing more viral videos of what people were doing. I was like, okay, I'll do that style, but make it my own way.
Yeah.
Started taking off more. This was on TikTok. I didn't have YouTube yet. And I started just incorporating like W dad, L dad stuff, like my son, like W dad meaning like the good dad, the L dad's like the dad that doesn't want to pay attention to his son, doesn't want to play as a son. And I do those kind of little skits. And it just kind of built up and kind of I learned more how to be a content creator, what goes viral, built an audience, built it kind of like an anime, fitness, because I would work in some fitness content as well after I got a little bit more of a following. Okay, now the fitness stuff started being seen.
Yeah.
But more of the skits and stuff like the skits and the Yujiro content really took off. And I was learning more and more each and every day. I would study all night from like midnight to 6 a.m, study what's trending, study what songs people are using, if they're using hashtags or not, seeing how they capture people's attention right from the start of the clip, and just learn from that, man. And I knew I had the potential. I knew I had the ability to do it, but just where to start. And it wasn't until I just focused everything into it and really studied how to actually do viral videos. And that's when it started happening, man. Just playing around with stuff, throwing stuff out there, you know?
It's really an art, like learning.
It really is.
Kind of like what reaches, what works, what reaches more people.
And with shorts, TikToks, it's really like you got to understand the human psyche. Like when you're scrolling, like what would capture somebody while scrolling fast? You know, you got to think about that aspect. And now if they stop on it, how do I keep them on it? You know, it's got to be engaging. It's got to be, you know, relatable, fast paced.
Yeah. It's tough.
It is tough. And then you put out one video and that was a banger.
Next one.
What's the next one going to be?
Yeah.
So that's my life as a shorts creator, you know, but I love it. And it's finally gave me like the lifestyle that I always wanted. I could do all of this cool stuff and make a living from it, you know?
Yeah.
And the best thing about it, I get to film videos with my son.
Yeah.
He's got a little fan base. When we go out in public, people want to take pictures. And it's just, it's really cool. And people just show a lot of respect and support.
Good.
And that's what I love. Comes with a lot of hate, but you don't really, I don't see it in person.
You get hate?
Oh, all the time. You should go look at my Facebook and my TikTok comments. I mean, it's unbelievable, but that's what you want. If you're not getting that, the video's most likely not going to do well.
Oh, you're telling me, buddy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So I know that you know all about it. So, but they love the hate, dude. But it comes with it.
Yeah.
And but that's kind of how it started, man. I always wanted to do it in the back of my mind, just didn't do it. But it wasn't until I did it, things started happening, you know?
Yeah.
It was always like, I wish I could, I could do that too. I just needed a computer, but
you can.
All you need is your phone, you know?
Yeah.
And the phone, the confidence, the not caring what people think about whatever you're putting out.
Yeah.
That's when it's going to happen for you, man. And if it's not happening, keep on trying. Keep on trying to learn. If that's what you really believe that you can do. It's not for everybody, you know?
No. But yeah, just start. That's what you said about what kind of attracts their attention with shorts is the same thing I look at with YouTube. It's like you're competing with so many other thumbnails.
Yeah.
All the time.
It's
like, how is mine going to stand out among like the homepage or among the sidebar? Like what is going to work? And
yeah. Are you a guy that changes out thumbnails often? Like you'll post a video, you try one thumbnail?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but very rarely.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll just leave it up as is.
Yeah.
Because I know that also affects the algorithm too when you keep changing it.
Yeah.
It like blunts your video if you keep changing the data on it.
Mm-hmm.
so I just leave it.
What's one thing that you've learned from doing YouTube all these years that like are you at a point where you kind of know what will work for you and what won't?
At this point, I'm kind of fortunate in the fact that I know that I have my core audience.
Yeah.
So if I upload a vlog or a hard-hitting lore video or a news video, I know that there's going to be like at least a set amount of people that will watch it.
Yeah.
But if I wanted to go like reaching more of my audience, I mean, then yeah, I would say I know what works.
Yeah.
I could easily exploit that
Yeah.
for sure, but I don't want to. So.
Don't want to. Yeah. I understand.
Yeah, because then you become very clickbaity.
Right. Right. And I'm sure right when you started, that was during that clickbait era.
Mm-hmm.
Big
That
time.
was like the true clickbait era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The I'm quitting YouTube era. Those videos. We were talking about it last night, me and Alec.
Oh yeah.
When the people would do that.
Yeah, I used to do a bunch of those.
Did you?
I'm done.
I'm done.
And it would go crazy. Like
No, please don't.
Yeah, and like, but it would always be like I remember when I did I'm done or we're done, and it was like the end of production. It was like the end of shooting for the movie. And people were like, "Oh, I thought you were leaving." I'm like, "No, we're done. We're done shooting." So I'd always try to like twist it a little bit, make it a little bit cute, but
yeah,
you never want to piss off your audience,
right?
So you always got to. It's a fine line. If you clickbait, you got to be like, okay, you're being cheeky, but at least I got what I came for.
Yeah,
you can't be like, I regrew my hair, and it's like, well, if you really think positively, you could maybe regrow it someday. It's like,
yeah,
so it has to have some legitimacy to it there.
Yeah. Awesome, man. That's cool. Going back to anime and Dragon Ball, like you make these sabers. Is there anything like for Dragon Ball that you would want to make? Like something cool, like a cool scouter or something,
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, like a realistic,
really cool.
Like we only get plastic scouters, but a real legitimate scouter that's easy to wear.
Yeah.
It's like a Bluetooth. It'd be sick.
I'd have to check the legalities of that, but I know with weapons you can't really copyright weapons.
Okay.
So sabers is that's why it's a very it's okay, but and the replicas, they're inspired by original design, stuff like that. But a scouter, I don't know if that's copyrighted or not.
Yeah, I would bet Dragon Ball Z's not going to do it, or Toei or whatever.
Yeah,
runs Dragon Ball.
I heard they're pretty.
They're strict.
Yeah,
they won't let anybody do anything.
Yeah,
so
good. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, just going back to the question, what have you ever thought about that? Like,
I thought about doing a Dragon Ball inspired saber.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I think you talked to me about that. Yeah,
maybe like Goku's colors or something.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
Like that. Yeah,
be really cool.
I think that would be dope.
Yeah, and a Vegeta one, Piccolo one.
Hell yeah, dude! Like Saiyan armor saber.
Yes, be dope.
Someone's gonna take that idea now. God damn.
No, they won't know how to do it. They don't have access to what you have access to.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Is there anything you want to make?
Something
you would want to offer your community that you could make really good?
Great question, man. Figures. I love figures. So, and I had a guest, SSR64. He does figure reviews, and we were talking about it on there. And I would love to make, I'd like to make action figures of my characters, and also like Dragon Ball Z anime characters that, the fans haven't had yet. So
yeah,
that'd be cool.
That would be.
Yeah,
I'd be a customer.
Yeah. So I always wanted to see myself as an action figure, and sell like.
Oh, you look like one.
Sell like Giga Chad figures and Sigma Sun.
Dude,
and me and my son and little, figures in Target or Walmart and stuff. It'd be cool. You know how like Mr.
Chad,
Beast.
Funko.
Mr. Beast has his own figures in stores. He has or Lanky Box. That's another YouTube channel. They have their characters, and Skibbity Toilet characters in Target and stuff.
What is that,
dude? It's how would you explain Skibbity Toilet?
What is Skibbity Toilet?
I mean, Skibbity Toilet is these toilet head people. It's all computer generated, and they're destroying the city. And like these, like TV head, radio box head people are like attacking them too. I don't know. It's chaos. I don't. Have you never seen Skibbity Toilet, dude?
I saw it in a Target in Nashville, I think.
Okay, it's a YouTube channel, and they have bangers of videos.
It's a YouTube channel?
Yes. It's called the Fuck or something. The Fuck Boom is the name of the YouTube channel.
Holy shit!
And
it's taken off that big, eh?
It was taken off year or two ago. Oh, it was massive, dude. Oh, 3 billion views a month. They
3
were
billion?
3 billion views a month, and they were balling, dude. It was crazy because it was original content, I guess. And
Dude, that's like
they were getting 40 million,
40
50,
million
80
a
million.
month.
How much money would that be, you think?
that's like minimum 30 mil a month.
Yeah. Yeah. Insane.
What?
Insane. Yeah, they were. I don't know how well they're doing right now.
They're probably fine. They're probably good for life. Dude.
Oh yeah, because they got
killed
so
it.
big that they made figures, and
It's insane. Well, what I want to do now is actually what we're working on is plushies.
plushies. Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Of what? Of Star Wars characters or?
I can't, no, my own thing, and they're really cute.
Oh,
They're
what?
adorable.
Awesome.
This should be out soon, but we have like a whole line and a family that we're. I don't know. I like plushies since I was a kid. And
Yeah, I mean, and kids will always love those.
kids will always love them. Yeah,
Yeah.
we get a lot of kids at the booth that like I'm sure they would love something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. The Fuck Boom is still putting
Killing
out. Still putting out. Yeah, still killing it.
The fuck.
I think they're good for life. But yeah, it'd be cool to have figures in stores and stuff.
Yeah, Giga Chad
'Cause,
plushie, dude.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. Help me out.
Giga Chad Saber.
Help me contact some good what did you even call it? Like
Well, actually, so my buddy Eric that I told you about, who made the comic book company Rippaverse, he makes his figures through McFarlane Toys.
oh really?
Yeah,
Yeah. Like, do you just contact them and give them pitch them an idea?
I could get you in touch with him if you want.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
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 And because I just don't know where to go about it, and
Oh, dude, yeah, I got all those connections if you need.
I think it would really do well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
of course, especially with your following.
Yeah.
So many people would want that.
Yeah.
I'd want that on my desk. Just
Yeah.
a little bobblehead.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
That's
man.
what I want.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we'll make it happen, dude.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome. Yeah. If
yeah.
you
I'll
could-
forward you that info.
Yeah.
after this.
And what would you recommend, like me saying, like just write up an email?
No. I'll
tell
get
them-
you. So Brandon's my boy. He's the head of everything over there.
Okay.
I'll get you in touch with him.
Yeah, that'd be
Get
amazing.
you underway. Yeah, they'll
Man,
figure it out.
I'd be grateful of that. That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
Badass.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, they can
that's
fulfill
exciting.
anything. Merch, statues, whatever.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
And I would owe you forever.
You
for
don't owe
that.
me shit, dude.
If we made that work, that'd be awesome, man.
It'll work 100%, dude.
There you go.
After when we hang up, I'll get you in touch with him.
Hell yeah, man. I also, man, I would love like a skin in Fortnite, because I'm really big on Fortnite right now. I stream it all the time, and to have a skin, they do a lot of creator skins all the time.
I see you streaming on TikTok sometimes.
Yeah, man, we're always playing, and if you're ever down to play some Fortnite, man, I'm down.
Absolutely,
or some Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm down.
that'd be
100%.
sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're a gamer.
Do you stream? Do you stream on YouTube as well?
Yeah, I stream on YouTube, Twitch,
Cross-platform.
and TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Cool.
it's really fun. I just enjoy doing it, and kind of reaching a new fan base, new community right there that just loves gaming.
It's different, dude.
Yeah.
The gaming. Did you know the gaming industry is bigger than movies and music combined?
I didn't know that, but I don't doubt it. I mean, dude, yeah.
It was a surprise to me.
It's huge.
Movies and music? Like how? That's insane.
Combined. Yeah.
What the heck?
I don't know. But I'll tell you what, when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, that'll be bigger than anything ever in the world. So, are you going to play that?
We better play that, yeah.
Yeah, we're playing that.
Dude, yeah, we
if
better
it actually
team
comes
up.
out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Dude, we have to team up on that one.
yeah. I can't wait for that. That's going to be like the most incredible video game of all time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. 2 billion? Can you imagine?
oh yeah. I can imagine. Yeah.
They have freaking bubbles in the drinks that you drink, and like bubbles just.
No, I know. The graphics are
like, what the hell?
It's real life. So,
Yeah.
it's real life.
I'm pretty sure they're going to have some crypto aspect in there, and people are going to
be able to make money on there, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing that too.
Yeah.
It's gonna change gaming forever, I believe.
Forever. It's going to be the new standard.
So you said you put $500,000 into your film?
Yeah.
Okay. So having a budget like that, they had a budget of $2 billion. How much could you do with that if you had $2 billion to work with? Okay. $500,000, I feel like I could do a lot with. But how limited are you in that entertainment aspect making a film with that amount of money?
I'd say you know what, I'm sacrificing time for money.
Yeah.
So like if I wanted to go super fast, I could probably have this whole thing done for like 2-3 million in the span of like maybe 6 months at most.
Yeah.
But because I'm taking my time with it, which I actually prefer, but it's also more affordable this way.
Okay.
So man, with 2 billion, I could, dude,
Do whatever you want.
it would be live action first of all.
Yeah.
And I would have all the sets made. Nothing would really be CGI even.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be incredible.
You could probably film wherever you wanted.
Anywhere in the world.
Yeah. I mean,
Dude, that'd be wild. That'd be too much money. I wouldn't even need that.
well,
You're gonna see what I can get away. Trust me when you see this thing with $1 million. It's more than that now, but I just say that. So you're gonna be. I think the whole world will be like, what the hell? How did a fan create something that looks better than Hollywood?
Yeah.
How is this possible?
I can't wait to see it.
No, it's gonna shake the whole world. I'm telling you. I promise.
All CGI, you said. No real actors in it. Voice actors.
Voice actors. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, if you ever
Vader.
do another live action, you need anybody, I'll gladly audition.
Well, if you want to do one of the voices, let me know.
Yeah, just let me know, and I'll send you some like recordings just in case like you don't like it or what, and I don't care. But
Sure.
I could like just send me some lines that you want to hear.
Yeah.
And that'd be cool, man.
Yeah.
Because I love doing
I'd love
stuff
to.
like that.
Yeah. It's gonna blow up, man. It's revolutionary.
Yeah.
What we're doing.
When is it going to drop?
So the second one probably November,
November. Okay.
and then the third one would be next year.
Okay, cool. Well, we got to
Around the
promote
same
that
time.
then.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have a premiere. I'm gonna rent out a theater.
Oh, man.
Probably.
I would love to come to that.
Either in LA or in Orlando.
Yeah. Orlando would be cool.
Yeah, it would be. I think maybe Orlando is the move.
Yeah.
So,
A little less hectic.
dude, I have so many subscribers in LA.
Yeah. Well,
That's my main
wherever you think
demographic.
it would work best.
Yeah.
But
I love Orlando, man. I love LA too, but I love Orlando.
Yeah.
Orlando. It's just every time we go to MegaCon, it's massive turnout, 4-hour lines.
Mhm.
There's a lot of people there that would come out for it, I'm sure.
yeah. Absolutely.
So it'd be a great Star Wars experience for a lot of people.
Yeah. I want to go.
No, you're invited for sure. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll be out there. Just let me know when, and we'll have to do another podcast so people will know, be aware about it.
Yeah.
You know, when you're dropping it.
Yeah. No, whenever you want to.
Yeah.
It's always fun just talking.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to Universal Studios, and at the end of July. Don't they have some Star Wars stuff out there?
Orlando?
Orlando, yes. Universal Studios in Orlando.
They always have Star Wars stuff in Disneyland.
Have you been there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disney World, yeah.
Yeah. Is there any rides that you
amazing.
recommend?
So when I went to Universal, I wanted to do this ride called the Velocicoaster. I didn't.
Oh,
Most
I
of
want
my
to do
team
that.
Did
Me and
I
my
didn't
son
get
want to
to
do
do
that. Go
Yeah.
ahead, though.
It looks really cool.
Yeah, it looks crazy.
Yeah. Looks like a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
we
It was
wanna
very
do that.
smooth.
Yeah,
They said it was the best ride they've ever done.
really.
hmm
Yeah, it looks pretty fast too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Should be
We'll,
good.
me and my son will be on it. If he's tall enough, we're gonna be on it.
Yeah, it should be okay.
Yeah, he's
I've
about
seen kids go on it.
he's about 50 inches right now. So sometimes those rides will be like 52 inches, and the workers will be like, "Oh no, can't do it," and he's almost there.
Should give them some lifts.
Yeah. Hey, I've tried before though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it worked to get him on one of these Six Flags rides. And
Oh, okay.
yeah. He was
Yeah.
happy.
I'm getting more like
His mom
more
hates
skeptical.
it though. His mom's like,
Yeah.
"Do not put those on him. I do
Yeah,
not
'cause-
want him riding that ride."
Yeah, because he could fly out or something.
Yeah,
like,
no.
God forbid. So it's like
I'm always holding on to him.
I'm always worried now with these rides. You keep seeing like,
Dude, yeah, people fly out of this.
yeah, what the hell? So that's why I only really trust like Universal or Disney World because I know they can't afford to have something like that happen.
Yeah, no. And he loves roller coasters, and he'll prank me while we're on the coaster and say, "I'm falling out. I'm falling out."
Oh,
And I'm like, it's just freaking me out, dude.
yeah.
And he'll just
We
he'll
have a roller
laugh.
coaster here. It's like wooden and it's like 50 years old or something like that. You literally fall out if you're not holding on. You literally,
Really?
yeah,
It's insane.
it's the wooden roller coaster at Playland.
It's always the wooden roller coasters. We have one at Six Flags here over Texas, Texas Giant,
Mhm.
and there was a woman that I think flew out back in 2011 on that. So terrible.
Yeah,
So
yeah, not worth it.
yeah, but that's exciting about the movie and everything, man. What do you think about this new Google VO3 like AI?
Holy shit, dude!
You
it's
gonna
insane.
use it?
I don't know where to start with it.
I know, I know, but it's incredible though, huh?
It's amazing. Within a year or two, I'm sure we fans will be able to create anything.
Anything. Do you think
And-
that'll
and- and-
ruin a lot of things or just help out?
Yeah,
I
absolutely, man. Because Hollywood's not going to be able to compete.
know.
Because now we're going to have real fans that are going to have like a full studio set of equipment with VO3, and they just have their passion to drive them and make cool stories that Hollywood can't figure out because it's just a bunch of pencil pushers.
Yeah. It's going to get crazy in the next few years, in the next year.
Mhm.
You know? All I see right now, and Alec was talking about it too, is just like those AI generated, like, what was the squash or the Sasquatch? Or the Yeti,
Yeah, dude.
the Yeti vlogs and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Oh my god!
the Stormtrooper vlogs too.
Stormtrooper vlogs. I saw those. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all. I mean, it's insane. It looks good too. It looks so good.
It looks really good.
It's
I bet
scary.
it's just going to look better.
Yeah, it's scary, man. There's gonna be AI content creators.
Of course. There already are. There's so many AI Star Wars content creators out there.
Is
And I
there?
just like react to all their videos. Yeah, they make like tons of AI stuff.
Oh god.
And it's cool. It's entertaining.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you could just type in what you wanted to fucking come up with, and
There's a lot that goes into it.
I'm sure. Yeah. The thing
yeah,
is that
there's
we were
so
talking
much
about that
fun.
too, and I'm sorry to cut you off. Like, just
No.
even though it's like, oh man, you think it's easy, it's probably not because you got to prompt it to
thing.
do a certain thing.
It's it's a tool and you can use it for good or you can use it for bad. And if you're using it as a fan to make other fan projects, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I
Yeah.
don't think you're not making money off of it. It's just to show, hey, this is a concept. This is cool, because Hollywood's not giving it to us. So, I think people really like to dumb it down and think, oh, you just have to type something in and it's like, do you know how much trial and error goes into perfecting something like this?
Right.
Like it's quite difficult. So that being said, for our stuff, we don't use AI. We actually record everything and then we deep fake it. And then we also use Photoshop, and then we use we record all the lines as well. And then we will change the voice so that it sounds like the character a little bit with modulators
Yeah.
and filters. That's it. But I see a lot of like pure AI, and you can tell the hands are all like messed up.
Yeah.
but it's still cool. It's still entertaining.
Yeah, it is. I agree. What was I gonna? Oh yeah, let's go into bodybuilding, man, because you're into working out as well. And has there been any fitness creators that you've met? Not Bradley Martin, but other than that, we've talked about Mike O'Hearn. You haven't met him yet.
Haven't met him yet.
But
no.
have you met anybody? Have you been to any kind of conventions like?
So a buddy of mine is Derek, for More Plates, More Dates.
Okay, so you know him? Like
Yeah.
Y'all talk?
We live in the same city.
Oh, sick.
We go to dinner and shit. Yeah,
Nice.
sometimes. Yeah.
Okay.
Mike O'Hearn probably is the one I want to hang out with the most.
Yes.
I've just been a fan of him since I was a kid.
Dude, it'll happen.
So.
Yeah. I'll reach out to Mike and
No, yeah, we're supposed to. I was supposed to go to LA. I haven't.
yeah, it's just a matter of time. Yeah. Just
So
getting our schedules right, and we all need to
Yeah.
meet up together. That'd be cool. He's
Dude,
awesome.
that'd be the three of us.
Yeah.
That'd be great. I think the Trend Twins are pretty funny.
Yeah.
Besides that, no, I don't think there's anyone really I know of.
Was there anybody that you watched a lot?
I actually met Furious Pete when I was younger.
I remember Furious Pete.
Yeah,
What happened to
we
him?
worked out together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does he still do stuff? I haven't heard from him in
I
years,
think so.
dude.
Yeah,
It was like
I think
him,
so.
Juji Mufu.
Right? Yeah.
I think they collabed a little bit. I saw, Furious Pete and Cali Muscle a few times in some videos, but
Yeah.
Hodge Twins, remember them?
Yeah, Hodge Twins are hilarious.
Yeah.
Dude. I used to watch them back in the day when they were Twin Muscle Workout.
Yes.
And then they made their Ask Hodge
Yes.
channel. Dude, I used to watch that at work all the time.
Dude, it's hilarious.
I would laugh.
I would like to meet them.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Dude, that's like old school YouTube right there.
Yeah. Dude, oh my God, back in the day. Fuck up off me.
Yeah, fuck off. You want to gain some muscle?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're hilarious, man.
I love those guys. They're
Man, but have you ever been to like an Olympia or any kind of expo?
good. No.
Yeah, you
No.
got to.
Dude. Another buddy of mine is Matt does fitness, and Nick strength and bodybuilding.
Yeah.
So I know Nick does all the Arnolds. He invited me out to one of them once, but I never went.
Yeah. Yeah, you should go. You should come to the Olympia with us. That'd be cool.
I'd love to.
I think you'd love it.
Yeah. I have a lifting channel, but I just don't.
You don't post on it, or you do?
Not much. No.
Yeah.
I really got into boxing. Actually, a call I was supposed to make last week, and I haven't, was with Misfits. They reached out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw you were doing some boxing on one of your channels, and so how long have you been in the boxing?
It's been over a year now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Really
fun.
enjoy it. Take it pretty seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. And you would do like a Misfits match?
Absolutely, I would.
Yeah. That'd be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
If there was good money, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be exciting.
100%. Yeah, if it was worth my time, for sure. Dude.
Heck yeah.
That'd be great.
Those are
Hell
always
yeah.
fun to watch.
Well, it depends who I would fight. If I were to fight some monster, I mean, I would need a little time to actually train.
They do kind of well with pairing you up against somebody your level and size. But hopefully they wouldn't do you dirty and put you against any 15, 20-0 pro.
Yeah. Yeah. See what happens. Even then, I think I would.
You'd try it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Savage, man.
Yeah.
Savage.
Well, I mean, my coach is a Golden Gloves Olympic boxer in Canada.
Really?
He's like 240. And so when he cracks you in the face, man, I don't know, man. I got a good chin.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. Yeah.
Have you ever been like knocked down or anything like that? Wobbled,
Nope.
stunned, knocked out?
Nope.
Good.
Nope.
Good. Well, you got to train smart too. You don't want to just go in there and just get lit up.
I don't want CTE.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
hell
not
no.
worth it.
No, dude. At the end of the day, I want to do my YouTube stuff and my companies and all that.
Yeah.
My movies. I'm not a pro boxer, but
Yeah.
I love martial arts. I love combat sports. I love to fight. So
Yeah. Do you watch UFC a lot?
no, not really. I met Dana White once when I was like 19.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
How'd you meet him?
Oh, he was in Vancouver, and my buddy's like, he's at this location right now. I'm like, really? So we like drove down. We ran probably 10, 15 minutes, and he was just getting into his limo. We're like, Dana. And he took photos with us. So I got the photo.
That's cool.
And,
yeah, we want to meet Dana. He's hilarious.
yeah.
I want to
My
meet
buddy
Dana. I
was
want to
just,
meet Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan would be cool.
Yeah. I could see Joe getting you on his podcast if he was a Star Wars fan. Because you're so big into that space. I think he would have a lot to talk about with you.
Yeah, I think there would be a lot to discuss with like Disney and
Yeah.
the politics around Star Wars today and where it was, where it could go, Hollywood, movies, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting for sure.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
I know Derek's been on there like 3 times.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
Yeah. That when I first saw him on there, I was like, oh man, he's made it. Because you first started watching him years ago, and I was like, okay, it's possible as a YouTube creator to get on the Joe Rogan podcast. You know, you don't got to be a celebrity or anything.
He does so much beyond that too. He owns Merrick Health in the States. I don't know if you knew about that. And
yes,
Gorilla Mind.
Yeah.
Well,
we've tried to reach out to Gorilla Mind a few times, and
really?
because I wanted to be sponsored by them for years now. And
oh shit,
this latest one, Derek's messaged me before, asking me, but this was during when I was with G Fuel, and now I'm back with G Fuel. I can't do it again now, but there were some times in between where me and G Fuel, our contract ran out, and I wasn't with anybody. And then I'll reach out to Gorilla Mind, and they say, oh, we're not looking for anybody right now. But I don't know who I was in contact with. It was an email, and I couldn't get in contact with Derek. And I know that he's wanted me before, but I don't know. If we ever run out with G Fuel or anything like that, if that happens, I love G Fuel. I'll be with them until they don't want me, but I'll reach out to Derek again.
Yeah, well, next time me and Derek chat, I'll bring it up.
But that's cool that you know him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great guy.
yeah.
Very nice guy.
Yeah, I like their products. I like the pre-workouts. I've always used Gorilla Mind.
I really like his non-stim one.
Yeah, that's
I'm not
my
a caffeine
favorite
guy, but yeah, that one's good.
Yeah.
Good profile.
Yeah, because I work out later at night. I'll use a non-stim, and I really like that Gorilla Mind non-stim. Actually,
never
they
had
sent
G
me out a
Fuel.
care package recently. They did that.
Really?
So the blue, yeah, that big block.
But you
box,
probably can't show it.
I can't show it. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
I've never
what it
had
is.
G Fuel.
Yeah.
I hear it's really popular.
Yeah, it is. It used to be really big, and it still is in the gaming community.
Yeah.
But they used to have cans, and now they're not doing cans anymore. And I wish they would do cans again, because that's very convenient than mixing powders for your energy drink, you know?
Yeah.
So
People love cans, man. It's just ready to go.
yeah, it's easy. But yeah, they do
More cost.
They do more. Yeah, it is more cost, and that's what they said.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're doing a lot more of those powdered sticks, and
Okay.
you cut off the top, you pour it in your water bottle, and the tubs.
It's not bad.
But one thing awesome about G Fuel is what I've always loved is that their tubs are always like anime character or video game character based, and I think that's awesome, and nobody's doing that. So
No, so I guess they pay a lot to get that licensing.
probably so.
Yeah, that's a lot of cost, man.
Yeah, there's a reason why other companies probably haven't done that, and I'm sure the cost is crazy. Yeah. But they got it, and that's what I love about them, and they're a great company to work with. They've never been bad to me. They always pay me on time and everything like that. So it's been great to work with them. And they brought me out to Anime NYC, TwitchCon.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, the communication's always good. So I love
That's great. That's what you want from a sponsorship.
Yeah. But I see that other people do like several different kind of energy drink sponsors, and I guess you just do a non-exclusive contract where you could have different sponsors. Like I would love to have like a sponsor for this show and stuff like that, and different things like that. But
yeah, well, I mean, you grow big enough, you'll eventually have that.
Absolutely, yeah.
You're just like sitting on the desk. And
Sitting on the desk, yeah.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
A lot of podcasts have.
Keep growing it, dude.
Absolutely.
Is this its own channel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Rising Sun with Logan Chitwood.
Okay.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Subscribe. If you've watched this video this far, come on, subscribe.
Oh, there will be people that watch it this far.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah,
dude. Yeah.
yeah.
But so do you take clips of this and put it on your main, or
I have
how
not.
do you grow this?
No.
Okay.
We've if like let's say you've wanted to clip some stuff and I'll share it, like I'll collab on Instagram with you and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
But I've never put it on like my main YouTube channel. Yeah.
Do you have an Instagram page for this too?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll follow that one.
Huge page, man. Huge.
Okay.
Yeah. Like 150 followers right now.
120 people. Yeah. Okay.
It's big. So
I could tell you were bullshitting me the way you said that.
but one day, man. Hey, one day. But right, this is just fun. I've always wanted I've always wanted a podcast, and it's cool to talk to people that like you and pick your mind and see what you have to deal with in making content creation and your experiences. So
yeah,
and yeah, I love it so far.
Yeah, it's really fun. I love talking to people. That's definitely one thing I wanted to do was podcast. I'd want like a proper studio, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like
and a bigger space. Is that a smaller space that you're in right now?
Yeah. This is like this is a bedroom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I turned a bedroom into my office.
And it looks awesome.
In my house, I got 3 bedrooms. 2 of them are offices. One I sleep in.
Yeah.
And then the den downstairs, that's the Theory Sabers studio.
Yeah.
You could call it. And then the basement has the movie room.
Dope.
That's it.
Yeah. Is there an end goal for you? Like, what's your end goal with everything that you're doing right now?
My own book, yeah.
Your own book?
The book I'm writing, the storybook.
Oh, nice.
My own story, yeah.
What will it be called?
That. I don't want to say yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
The story of it is super under wraps because I get so passionate about stuff and I just blab, and then just like a lot of my Saber stuff, a lot of people swoop in and they take the names or they take
okay.
whatever.
Yeah, smart, man. Yeah, you don't got to say.
Yeah, every time I do that, I learn now. So
keep it to yourself. Yep.
Yeah.
That's the best way to go.
Yeah. It'll be cool though.
Yeah. I can't wait
for it.
Yeah.
It'll be a book and a comic book series. And then I want to turn it into a movie.
Wow. And you could do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Self-funded.
Yeah. Well, you're an inspiration to me, man. And
likewise, bro.
Meeting you has been an honor. And I'm honored to have you on this show and talk to you about all this cool stuff. I'm gonna have to have you back, and we'll talk about all crazy stuff, man. I'm gonna run you through a little run through quick questions, okay?
Yeah.
Your favorite anime character of all time?
Vegeta.
Favorite Star Wars character?
Anakin. Qui-Gon.
Okay. Least favorite content creator?
Oh, who's that guy? Who's that guy? He got into a car crash and he didn't give a shit about his friend in the car.
Ooh.
He's really young.
Oh, I don't know.
Or he'll walk around with his bodyguard and he'll shoulder check people, and then his bodyguard will get in their faces.
Kid?
Yeah.
He's a kid?
God damn, what's his name?
He's a streamer?
I think so. I just see his clips. He just seems like such an arrogant little shithead.
What's his name? Haggerly?
No.
He has all those Ferraris and stuff.
Yeah.
What's that dude's
I know
name?
chat's gonna know.
Yeah, they will. Dude, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Punchable face.
Jack. Yes, Jack Harlow.
Daughtry.
No, Daughtry, not Jack Harlow. Jack. Yeah, Daughtry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It seems like such a.
I knew who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right when you mentioned the car crash thing and
Yeah, dude.
the cars.
Fuck. Just
Yeah. There you go.
Maybe Misfits will put me against him.
There you go. Hey, that'd be a great opponent. Misfits.
You know what I always wanted to do was to fight. I see this guy that on Instagram. He's like, day 42 of fighting my followers until someone gets.
Yeah.
Dude, I would.
Dude, he got a fight with Andrew Tate.
I know.
You know? That was crazy. He's blown up pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Hey, more power to him, man. It's funny. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
It's a different style.
I commented. I'm like me next, dude. I would.
You'd go in, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because he's fighting little small kids and stuff, and
well, he just fights people that don't. He doesn't know how to fight.
Yeah.
I can fight.
Right, man.
So,
Hey, reach out to him.
Yeah.
Keep on commenting to him. He'll meet up with you.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah.
Then knock him out, then give him a saber, and
Well, I was gonna say if I lose, I'll just take out a saber and I'll start beating him with it.
Yep. Man. Let me see. Are you a sub guy or a dub guy?
I like dub.
Dub, yeah. If you had to choose.
I had to choose. Yeah, it's just what I grew up with mostly. But like I said, I love sub as well.
Yeah.
So it's
Favorite bodybuilder of all time?
Jay Cutler, Dorian Yates.
Good choices. Good choices. Your biggest inspiration?
Sylvester Stallone.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, you could come out with like your own boxing movie if you love boxing that much, you know?
I love it, dude. I was put into it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Kickboxing and stuff, all those martial arts. And those martial art movies. My God. Grew up on that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I always ask all my guests this. Did we land on the moon?
I don't think so.
I agree.
I don't think so.
No way. No chance.
It was bullshit. Yeah.
No chance. Yep.
Yeah.
My man.
I love you even more now.
Yep.
Yeah.
My man. Hey, plug all your socials for us and let us know where we can find you. I know there's a ton.
It's
but
Star Wars Theory on YouTube, Star Wars Theory on Instagram, Real SW Theory on Twitter, which I don't use much, and Star Wars Theory on TikTok. And if you want a saber, it's www.theorysabers.com. You always got to remember the theory is first, and that's the sabers.
Theory Sabers. Go get you one because these are dope, man. These are sick. If you're a Star Wars fan, like I said, my man makes the best sabers in the industry, in the game, in the world. So, my man, Nia, thank you so much for joining the podcast. I love this episode. It was great to talk to you.
Great to talk to you too, man.
Yeah. And
hope we meet eventually soon one day.
Oh, we will.
Yeah.
No doubt. No doubt.
In person, yeah.
We will.
Yeah. You, me, and Mike.
Yeah. And I got to come out to one of your booths. I would love to be at one of your booths, man. Maybe
we'll be in San
appearance.
Antonio in October.
Okay, cool.
Around or not, but
you go to San Antonio a lot. No,
that was just that one time.
It was that one time? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
time's flying.
You're going to be back. That'd be cool. Yeah. That's only about 5.5 hours away from me. So.
Oh, I could fly you out. I'll take care of everything.
That'd be awesome, man. I would love to come out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be awesome, man. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Let me know who you want to see on the show next in the comments below. Give my man a follow. Support his channel. Support his Theory Sabers. Until next time, I'm out.